2, 1.
Here we go!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Anahuac Sports Live here at Kyle White Stadium in Anahuac, Texas, where the Tarkington Longhorns come to town and try to upset the Panthers. I want to welcome everybody in, and got a special guest from 5-9N Sports here tonight, Mr. Craig Irwin. Craig, we appreciate you coming with us tonight, man.
Boy, and did you not capitalize on special whenever you brought me in? Is special ed probably is the best way to go. But good to be here on Anahuac Sports Live and doing the Anahuac Panther Tarkington Longhorn football game tonight. Last district game of the season for these two teams, and one's moving on to the playoffs. The other one's airing up basketballs and getting ready to play, getting ready for basketball season. So looking forward to doing this game. Really excited about what Coach Taylor and staff for the Tarkington Longhorns have to do, are going to do with this Longhorn football program down the road. I'm excited to see the expectations. We're going to talk about a lot of that in the pregame show.
Definitely.
As we get ready to talk about it, but a lot to talk about in the pregame. So be sure to stay here.
Yeah, we got playoff picture to talk about. We've got what the Panthers have done so far this year. We're going to, as Craig said, we're going to talk about what Tarkington has been able to do this year under the new coaching regime that they've had. But it is senior night here in Anahuac. We're going to take these first probably around 20-25 minutes to let the seniors get their time and their last time out on the field. I want to remind everybody that we will have the Astros-Phillies game down in the left-hand corner there, giving updates on that all night long. Just be sure to stay tuned for the Wilcox Drugstore pregame show. We got a lot to go over, as we just talked about. But for now, we're just going to go down to the field and get ready for senior night here in Anahuac.
Man, a lot of good stuff on senior night. I really enjoy watching these kids come out and being able to highlight the house announcer announcing all the accolades of these kids and what their future plans are whenever they get done with high school. And it's a lot of fun. Gives them an opportunity for the whole community to see, because you got a lot of people that show up just for football games or volleyball, whatever it may be, and they don't see what some of these other kids that do in the FFA and what have you. So being able to broadcast it and bring those kids in, it's special.
A short presentation before we get to the introductions of our seniors.
Go down to Coach Neese and
we'd like to present a gentleman who's been part of Anahuac Panthers football for 30 years. He's the voice of the Panthers, Guy Roberts. He's up there giving a wave. If you don't mind, give him a little wave. We sure appreciate you guys. We have a nice plaque for you. And we look forward to you calling this game.
Thank you very much, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year again where we pay tribute to our seniors who will be taking the field to play, at least for the football season, for the very last time. Tonight, we'll be starting off with Abril Alberto. She's a Pantherette. Being escorted by Mom Rosie Alberto and Dad Pedro Alberto. Captain of the girls soccer team, member of the Pride of Anahuac for 4 years, former cross-country member, active member of the Student Council, and treasurer of the National Honor Society. Active member of Mu Alpha Theta, second lieutenant of the Pantherettes. Plans to attend a 4-year university and become a registered nurse, ultimately working on a degree as a DN, and it ran off the paper. Her favorite memory, any minute spent surrounded by the best people, and her advice to you is take yourself as far as you want. Ladies and gentlemen, Abril Alberto. Next up is Isabella Alberto, band member, being escorted by Pedro and Rosie Alberto. They're already there on the field. Student Council, Leo Club, Spanish Club, Cross Country, and Soccer. Plans to join the United States Air Force. A memory, making it to the finals in her junior and senior years. Advice, be consistent and don't expect results to come immediately. Robert Bailey, number 2 on your football team. Being escorted by Mother Samal and Grandfather Larry. Basketball, Leo Club Officer, Black History Club, Beautification Committee. His future plans are just to go with the flow. Favorite memory is singing songs on the bus. His advice is keep your head up. Next is Fernando Cabrera, football number 20. Being escorted by Maria Cabrera and Father Francisco Cabrera. Spanish Club, National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, and captain of the soccer team. Plans to attend Lee College to pursue a process tech degree. Favorite memory is a fumble recovery against New Waverly. Advice is don't take everything for granted. And it is in the moment. Next up is Ray Campa, band member. Escorted by Veronica and Reynold Campa. Activities include the marching band leader, jazz band, National Honor Society, Spanish Club, Student Council, and Chick-fil-A Leader Academy member. Plans to attend Lamar University and major in engineering. His favorite memory is when Johnny did smooth moves at Nacogdoches. His advice is take naps only in classes you know you're good at. Next up is Bryson Campbell, football number 33, being escorted by Rosalinda and Kevin Campbell. Participates in powerlifting, baseball, Honor Society, and Spanish Club. Plans to go to Texas A&M and then go to medical school to become an orthopedic doctor. And yes, Bryson, your mother came up here and corrected that for you. Favorite memory is bringing food every day to athletics and Jacoby asking for some. Advice is never settle. Always push to improve no matter what you do. Howard Chavez, band member. Being escorted by Erica Chavez, her mother, and brother Francisco Chavez. Varsity Soccer Band, National Honor Society officer, Leo Club officer, Spanish Club, and Mu Alpha Theta. Student Council, Chick-fil-A Leader Academy, and UIL number sense. Plans on going to Lee College to become an associate degree in accounting, and then transfer to Lamar University to have a bachelor's degree in accounting/business. Favorite memory is when everybody is wanting practice to end, but Mr. Cunningham says, one more time. Advice is never miss a chance at life. Instead, keep going to start your journey. Always stay true. Jonathan Cooper, football number 72. Being escorted by Jonathan Cooper and Dwayne Cooper. His activities are showing his cow. His future plans are just to keep on going. His favorite memory is doing the pregame dances with D-Train in the locker room. Next up is Madison Cooper, cheer. Being escorted by Carrie Sherrill and Renee Sherrill. Honor Society and varsity volleyball. Plans to attend Glenn College in the fall and attain a degree in radiology. Favorite memory is when Zoe said, "We have to try," while stunting. Advice: even when it gets hard, keep pushing forward. Landon Corbett, number 7 on the football squad. And the Southeast Texas Player of the Week from the Beaumont Enterprise. Being escorted by Mom Wendy Corbett and brother Ethan Corbett. Participates in basketball and track. Plans to get a degree in process technology. Favorite memory is when we won by-district championship. Advice: just have fun and enjoy every moment. You never know when it'll be your last. Heather De La Cruz with a Pride of Anahuac marching band. Being escorted by Mom Elvia De La Cruz and Dad Horacio De La Cruz. FFA officer, band, National Honor Society, poultry judging, and Mu Alpha Theta. Plans to attend Tarleton or Texas State to earn a doctoral degree in psychology with the hopes of becoming a psychologist. Favorite memories: all the bus rides to football games these past 4 years, and all the laughs with Isabel, Jake, Josie, and Juan. Advice: never feel guilty for doing what's best for you. High Road Duran, band member. Escorted by Mother Martha and brother Rudy. Participated in National Honor Society, cross country, tennis, and soccer. Plans to attend college and get a degree in business. His favorite memory is completely dominating a team in tennis with Saul. Next up is Fatima Esparza, sports medicine. Being escorted by Gabriella and Paul Ozuna. Former drill team colonel, athletic training, volleyball, Leo Club, Spanish Club, Student Council, FFA, and FCA. Plans to attend college and pursue a degree in the medical field. Her memory is using Coach White's credit card during the baseball season for lunch. Her advice: live life like you live twice. From our cross country team is Chris Evans. Being escorted by Molly Ravan and Wendy Tran. Track, Spanish Club Ambassador, Student Council, Black History Club, Leo Club, Academic UIL. Plans to pursue a computer engineering degree at a Texas 4-year university while running D1 track. His favorite memory is becoming cross-country district champion. Yes, you did. Next up is the Colonel for the Pantherettes, Kelly Galindo. Being escorted by Mom Elena Morales and little sister Casey. Marching band, concert band, secretary for the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Student Council, Spanish Club, Leo Club, Black History Club, Beautification Committee, Chick-fil-A Leader Academy, and varsity soccer. When did you have time for classes? Plans to attend Lamar University and a double major in business administration and accounting. Favorite memory is making TikToks with best friends and the bus rides with the Pantherettes band and soccer. Advice for future Panthers. Don't let anyone tell you you can or cannot do or achieve. Also, cherish every moment in high school. It is only in your high school once, so make the most out of it. Yvette Garcia, color guard captain. Being escorted by mom, Maria Gallegos, and younger sister, Yegan Gallegos. Member of the Spanish Club. Plans to go to college at Lamar and study pharmacist technician. Favorite memory is spending time with their teammates. Advice for future Anahuac High School members is to pursue your dreams and don't let people tell you otherwise. Next up is Jaime Garza, 23 on your football team and also a member of the Pride of Anahuac Marching Band. Being escorted by Oscar and Claudia Garza. Varsity basketball, cross country, chess club, Natural Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Beautification Committee. Plans to attend Texas Tech University to study marketing and business management. Favorite memory is all the bus rides with the football team. Advice is never give up and chase your dreams. Isaiah Gomez, band and cross country. Being escorted by mom, Wylisa, and brother, Chico. Student council, he did play football at one time, golf, soccer, and UIL. Plans to make a name for himself and be motivation for future generations. His favorite memory is being cheered on while speaking. Advice is do the right thing. Next up is Markel Harris. Varsity cross country. Being escorted by mom Amanda Foster and dad Sydney Foster. Varsity track, varsity cross country. Wants to go to college for engineering and run in the Olympics one day. His favorite memory is becoming the 200-meter district champion. Advice for future athletes is running isn't easy, but keep pushing yourself and don't give up on yourself. Austin Kohler, number 81 on the football squad. Being escorted by Jennifer Kohler and dad Ray Kizzy. Plans to go to culinary college and become a chef. His favorite memory was getting the nickname McLovin. Advice is football is 20% mental and 80% physical. Way to go, McLovin. Next up is Brayden Lamperman, number 10 on the football squad. Being escorted by Heather Lamperman. Participates in baseball and on the fishing team. Plans to further his career at Coastal Equipment and become an equipment operator. Favorite memory is making the football playoffs all 4 years of high school. Now we have Travis Lewis of the band. Escorted by Maria Lewis and Travis Lewis Sr. Officer of the Black History Club, member of the Chick-fil-A Leader Academy, and member of the Leo Club. Plans to attend Stephen F. Austin University to major in nursing. Favorite memories performing on Friday Night Lights. Advice is anything you receive is a blessing. Next we have Saul Lugo from the band. Being escorted by Juana and Eduardo Lugo, mother and brother. Besides the band, he's also a member of the soccer team. Plans to attend college and major in business. Favorite memory is scoring the first soccer goal as a freshman. Next up is Cole Majors, number 88 on your football squad. Being escorted by Lance and Stacy Majors. Basketball, track, National Honor Society, Student Council, Mu Alpha Theta, and the Beautification Committee. After graduation, plans to attend Texas Tech University. Favorite athletic memory is when Braden ripped a hole in Markel's track spikes. Advice is to take advantage of the time that you have. Now we have Adrian Manning, number 52 on the football team. Being escorted by Letitia Manning and Brian Manning. Is in powerlifting and in ag mechanics. Plans to attend Texas A&M for a degree in animal science. Favorite memory being the by-district champion the junior year of high school. Isabel Martinez, cheer and band. Escorted by mother Ava Martinez and father Cabello Martinez. Leo Club, FFA, band, cheer, cross country, Spanish Club, powerlifting, National Honor Society, and Mu Alpha Theta. Plans to attend Texas State University and major in business and marketing. Favorite memories when she fell off Ashland's shoulders and got a concussion. That was your favorite? Her advice, if it costs you your peace, it costs too much. Know your worth and love yourself. Next up is Brandon Bayon, 75 on your football squad. Being escorted by mom, Amanda Pagertese, and grandfather, Daryl Delavie. Also in track and field and golf. Plans on becoming an RN or something in the medical field. Favorite memory is being able to watch our teams conquer obstacles and take advantage of it. Nope. His advice is time flies and take advantage of it. We'll have to teach you how to write straight lines. Next up is McCaden Moore, honor guard Pantherettes. Escorted by grandmother Shirley August and grandfather Anthony August. Black History Club treasurer, Spanish Club, and varsity basketball. After graduation, plans to attend Stephen F. Austin State University. She says her memory is that she's glad to be graduating, but there are some things that she will miss about Anahuac High School. Her advice is if you fail, keep trying. Good luck. Yes. Next up is Presley Mouton. Tonight he's wearing 4, sometimes he wears 55 on the football team. Being escorted by Tim and Julie Mouton. Participates in powerlifting, track and field. Plans to attend a university to play football and earn a bachelor's in business. Favorite memories when we made the playoffs and brought home a victory. Advice is wins and losses come a dime a dozen, but effort. You wrote too small, I'm sorry. Christian Muniz. Honor guard of the Pantherettes. Being escorted by Mom, Gloria Muniz, and Dad, Eduardo. Spanish Club, Leo Club, Black History Club, Chick-fil-A, Leader Academy Soccer Manager, and on the Beautification Committee. Plans to attend Lee College and major in process technology. Favorite memories, sleeping in the bus coming back from soccer and football games. Advice, no matter how difficult something gets, never give up. Just take a nap and get back at it. Next up is Juan Muniz, band member. Being escorted by Mom Marla and sister Sophia. Band section leader, uniform captain, president of the National Honor Society, Chick-fil-A, Leader Academy. Student Council, Mu Alpha Theta, and the Black History Club, Spanish Club, PAALS, and UIL. Plans to attend the University of Austin, University of Texas in Austin, and major in sociology. His advice is, let's try to be perfect next year like me. Like you, not me, you. Next up is Kane Divato, band member. Being escorted by mother April and stepfather Dan. Student Council, Leo Club, Region Band, Solo and Ensemble, and the Lamar University Honors Wind Symphony. Plans to attend the University of Houston to get a degree in music performance and become a musician on a symphony orchestra. His favorite memory is performing the show one last time. And his advice is, if you want to be great, don't let anything stand in your way. Emily Ramirez of the Pantherettes. Escorted by Maria Ramirez at mom and Estacio Ramirez at dad. Leo Club, Pantherettes, Soccer, Band, Spanish Club, Student Council, National Honor Society, and Black History Club. Plans to attend SFA to become an architect and a real estate agent. Best memory is playing soccer with the besties and having the opportunity to play in the band with my nieces and nephews. Advice is have fun in high school because it is not forever. Brayden Sanders, number 14 on your football team. Being escorted by Mom Mickey and Dad David. Track, Leo Club, Spanish Club, Chess Club, Black History Student Council. Plans to attend Lee College for 2 years. Favorite memories when we poured water over Coach Dell after winning district champs. Advice is don't take anything for granted, live in the moment. Next we have Yadira Sendejas, band member. Escorted by Maria and Salvador. A member of the Spanish Club and Leo Club. Planning to go to Lamar to become a nurse. Favorite memory is rides to the bus rides to the games with friends. Advice is you only live once, but homework is forever. Hector Sierra, number 3 on your football squad. Being escorted by Fidel and Maria. National Honor Society, Spanish Club, Band, and Soccer. Future plans are to go to college and become an instrumentation electrician. Favorite memory is getting a 50-yard gain to the 1-yard line, first and goal, and Coach East calls for a field goal. Advice for future athletes is enjoy every moment before it is taken for granted. Now we have Jacoby Spencer, 79 on your football squad. Being escorted by Nakisha Coates and grandmother Linda Bias. Plans to go to college to get a business degree and do real estate. Favorite memory is when we all get in that end zone at practice with Coach Dale. His advice is to never give up in life. Josie Stanner with the band. Being escorted by Heath Stanner and Julie Stanner. Athletic trainer, powerlifting, regional qualifier, volleyball manager, FFA, student council, and Pantherettes. Plans on joining the Coast Guard and getting a master's degree in zoology. Her favorite memory was joining the powerlifting team her freshman year and having the best coach to help me out. That was Coach Dale. Her advice is actually up to you. No, actually show up to school. You might actually learn something. And last but not least, number 21, Kai Till of your football team. Being escorted by Rusty Till and Beth Till. Kai is also on the baseball team. Plans to go to college to get a degree, then work in the plants. His favorite memory is taking naps on the way to away games. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022-23 seniors.
Wilcox Drugstore has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drugstore offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drugstore, delivering solutions, delivering confidence.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Anahuac Sports Live. Trent Hart, Craig Irwin, and Terry Fortenberry up above us doing all of the video duties. And Craig, can you smell it? And I'm not talking about me.
Talking about the guy to my left?
No, I'm not talking about Ray either. But it's week 11. Here we are, finally, final week of the regular season, and you can smell the playoff atmosphere. I mean, you can just feel that Texas high school football playoffs are just right around the corner, and you know there's a lot of things that are going to be happening tonight, tomorrow night, over the weekend to see how things fall. But you know, I couldn't be more excited.
We're fixing to turn the page on chapter 2 here in an hour,
right,
or so. Turn the final page of chapter 2, go to chapter 3 of the 2022 football season, and I love the playoffs, and it's a complete different atmosphere. You know, I find myself going to 3 to 4 games a week during the playoffs. We'll catch 2 on Saturday, catch 1 Thursday night, 1 Friday, and a couple on Saturday to go. And my broadcast partner covering Cold Spring Trojan football, we'll stretch out and we'll find somewhere to go. We'll go to Waco and watch 2 games in Waco, sometimes 3. We did that a couple years ago, and I love the postseason of high school football. It's just the energy. It's a whole nother level.
Well, in case you haven't guessed it, Craig is joining us from Cold Spring area, usually calling the Friday night games over there for the Trojans. And I won't give him any too much crap tonight about last year's by district game.
You know, the rearview mirror is small in your vehicle for a reason, Trent. And, you know, I keep it pretty small, but there's a whole nother conversation that we could get into, and you and I talked about on the way over here. There's a very slim chance of the playoff picture for the Cold Spring Trojans this year, and it is resting on the shoulders of the Shepherd Pirates and what they can do in Huntington tonight, or what they don't do. They need Shepherd to lose in order to get in the 4 seed. If Shepherd beats Huntington tonight, which is they should, it'll be the first time in 16 years the Cold Spring Trojans have not made the playoffs.
And that's a stat in itself. I mean, it's a testament to the program that y'all have been able to have over those last 16 years. But talking about the playoff picture a little bit, it's pulled up on the screen. You look on the right side, and that is between 4 districts, and how it would fall if the season were to end right this second. There's some things that might change. There's some things that might not change. The first thing that we're watching, and I'm sure a lot of eyes in our district is watching, is the East Chambers Orangefield game. Orangefield's traveling to East Chambers tonight. If Orangefield wins that game against East Chambers, nothing changes as far as our district goes. Right now, Orangefield's sitting comfortably in the 1st seed, Anahuac in the 2nd seed, East Chambers in the 3rd, and Buna in the 4th seed. If East Chambers beats Orangefield by 3 points or more, all of a sudden you're looking at the Anahuac Panthers being in that 1st seed.
You do, and it changes everything dynamically. And whenever you look at this bracket that's posted there on your screen, you can see where we have Anahuac placed right now in the 2 seed, looking like they're possibly could play Palestine Westwood. You got East Chambers and Woodville down here at the bottom. And then you go back up to the top of the screen, you got Diboll Buna, and then where are they at? I'm missing it. Orangefield Shepherd. Now, that's not really where you want to be whenever you're looking going into the second round of the playoffs past the bye district, because that's going to put you up against the number 1 seed in the state against Franklin.
Right, and if we had a preference, I mean, we're always wanting to win. We always want to be number 1. But if you look at this bracket, and if you're in that 1st seed, like Orangefield's sitting right now, you see 3 big teams up there, all ranked teams. You said Franklin. You've got Columbus sitting at number 3 that we saw in the area round last year, and you've got Lorena sitting at number 8 in the state. Those are scary-looking teams. Not to say that in the bottom of the bracket here where we're sitting currently, there's not some scary teams. Woodville's a good football team. You've seen Palestine some this year so far. Yep. Palestine's a good football team. Cameron Yo's a good football team. But you look at the top of that bracket, and it's something that you don't want to see going into that second round.
No, you're exactly right. And then talk about Woodville, what could change over there out of District 9 3A? Woodville and Palestine Westwood, they're duking it out tonight.
Right.
So definitely a game that we're going to keep watching and be able to update at the halftime show and throughout the game, and then rolling into a post-game show. But a lot of implications there for Anahuac as you go back and saying that District 10 stays the way it sits right now. Mm-hmm. That game changes the dynamics as well. And I know you and I had talked earlier this week, and you were talking about some film that you had seen that was uploaded and this and that. I feel like that Woodville-Palestine Westwood game, I've seen both of these teams play. I think Palestine Westwood can win that football game.
Well, and I haven't seen any film on Palestine yet, but like you said, I have watched Woodville to an extent. Coach Robinson over there in Woodville runs a great program. They were especially tough last year when they were in our district, and it came down to that last game, and we were in a 3-way tie there. But getting on to tonight, and the Anahuac Panthers and the Tarkington Longhorns. Panthers coming off a bye. They continued their push towards the playoffs, 2 weeks ago against Buna, winning 41-28 in a game that I thought was closer than it should have been, especially, in the last, quarter and a half, I would think, where Buna just would not go away. They just kept on fighting. And offensively, the Panthers, 432 yards, you look at that and you're like, dang, they put up some great yardage. But even with a big score average, almost 40 points in the area, it's still one of the highest in Southeast Texas, especially whenever you're looking at the Golden Triangle.
So you talk about Buna and you talk about how they just wouldn't go away. Buna's been that team that was plagued with some drama early on in the season.
Right.
And it took them a couple games to kind of get focused. But Buna's that football team that's progressively gotten better each week that they've played football. And, a game like this, you also mentioned Anahuac coming off bye week last week.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good week to have a bye week, and this game against Tarkington Longhorns this week is a really good game to set the tempo and the momentum going in positively into the bi-district round of the playoffs.
Right, and as we're running out of time here, because it was senior night, we did take up a lot of pregame show. We're going to move on to the Panther offense for a little bit and look at their season totals. 3,864 total yards, 2,160 of that through the air, 1,700 yards, just over that on the ground rushing the football, 47 touchdowns, and 6 turnovers. 3 of the turnovers coming in the last 2 games, where Anahuac was coming into the East Chambers game with only 2 turnovers. And then they were kind of slinging it around, kind of forcing the ball, but it was a high emotional game, Swamp Bowl and all that mess.
Yes.
How bad this team wanted to beat the East Chambers. But, having only 6 turnovers in a regular season and in the preseason is a pretty striking number to me.
No, most definitely. Great numbers for the Anahuac offense, and really looking forward to be able to sit here in the booth tonight and watch this Anahuac offense and really watch this freshman quarterback.
Well, and you talk about the freshman quarterback when we talk about him every single week. Number 5, Brady Barrier, 136 completions out of 215 passes, 2,133 yards, 19 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. His quarterback rating has been sticking right around 120, and I say it each and every week, that kind of number out of a freshman quarterback in Texas high school, you can put that up against anybody.
No, you're exactly right. You can put it up against anybody throughout the state. Doesn't matter if you're talking 1A or 6A whenever you look at those type of numbers. I mean, go look and see what that quarterback over at North Shore's done this year.
Right.
Unbelievable numbers for such a young kid and a bright future for the Anahuac Panthers as they progress on in the next 3 years of football.
Right. And also leading the offensive attack is senior Landon Corbett. Landon missing a few games this year with a few injuries, but nonetheless able to run the ball 128 times, 795 yards. I think I was telling you earlier that by this time last year he was probably shooting around 1,250 somewhere in that on the ground, and then had another probably 1,200 yards, catching the football, but 16 touchdowns, averaging just over 6 yards a carry. But he does have 22 receptions and 400 yards receiving and a touchdown there. Moving on to Quandre Coates, playing out of the tight end position, the sophomore having a stellar year, 28 receptions, 594 yards, 10 touchdowns, and averaging 20 yards per reception. Definitely one of the freshman quarterback's favorite targets. And then the other favorite target for Brady is sophomore Talon Cunningham. We talked about the sophomores in and out every week here, and about how that much they've stepped up. Talon, 22 receptions, 442 yards, and 1 touchdown that he finally got against Buna 2 weeks ago, but also averaging 20 yards a catch. Just great offensive numbers for the Panthers. And with that, we're going to switch over the field and go down for our national anthem.
Maggie Stevenson.
Father in heaven, we ask your blessings on the game we are about to play. Give each one of us the courage to play this game in a manner which by your words and our actions are pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with a respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each one of us, especially our coaches, officials, parents, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help us be aware of his presence with us in this game. Amen.
At this time, we'll have the playing of the national anthem. The flag is being raised by FFA members Aubrey Andrews, Kiara Beecham, and Zach De La Cruz.
great rendition of our national anthem by the Pride of Anahuac Marching Band. Congratulations to both marching bands here tonight as they went to the area finals a couple of weeks ago for the marching contest, and we're going to be able to get to see both of them come halftime. A little bit about Tarkington, since we didn't get a chance to talk about it, Kirk. 4-5 so far in 2022, 1-4 in district. Losing to Buna last week, 53-0.
You know, Tarkington's had their struggles and some injuries that's really plagued them here late in the season. You take their schedule and you look at it and you go look at the wins that they had early on. And those wins are product of really a weak schedule. Coach Taylor and staff coming in late, picking up this program and kind of putting together a schedule that they could. But the key to this schedule is they were able to go in there and win some football games. And the ideal coming in and taking over this program with the disarray that it was in is to build that culture back, and the only way to build that culture back, Tarkington wins the coin toss in the first to the second half. So your Anahuac Panthers are going to go to work offensively first. But you got to change the culture, and winning some football games, it gets the talk in the hallways excited. Tarkington is a product of a school that has a lot of kids playing select baseball, and they feel like that they are a one-sport athlete. Well, now they're wanting to be a part of a winning football team, a team that's putting together some wins after not winning a game in so long, in several years, probably all the way back to like 2018.
Right.
So if you go back to look at their schedule. So it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Taylor does with this Tarkington program. I hope nothing but the best for these kids, and they're young on top of that. If you go down and you look at this, how many sophomores and juniors that they have on this football team, as well as a few freshmen. They also have a kid that moved in from Cold Spring, Matthew Lester, which was a starting middle linebacker on varsity, was ineligible to play varsity this year, but will be eligible next year to play varsity football for the Tarkington Longhorns. He is going to be a big asset defensively for this Longhorn football team.
Well, the Longhorns definitely in a rebuilding phase for them. I mean, like you just said, I mean, they got off to a good start, 4-1, in the preseason in the first game against Hardin in district. And you said it, I mean, kind of took a little bit easier route in those first few games, but it was more about, I think, like you talked about, getting some confidence in these kids and let them feel what it means to win and changing the culture down there.
And just like that, we're underway. High pooch kick to the far side. It's going to bounce at the 23, picked up at the 19. Nine's got the ball across the 20 up to the 25, brought down at the 29-yard line as he tried to get set in that wedge Anahuac Panthers had set up.
And that's Brooks Henneke on the return for the Panthers. And I believe that's number 9. He's got him tucked under there. It might be number 8, I'm not sure.
It looked like 9.
Well, it is 9. There's not a number 8 on our tape. But anyway, the Anahuac Panthers getting ready for their first offensive possession of the football game.
Anahuac breaks huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. One receiver wide left, one to the right, just outside of the hash. Quarterback under center, single setback behind him, pitch out, coming to the near side, halfback pass, got a man open, and it's incomplete.
Well,
Robert Bailey, the intended receiver there.
Yeah, Robert Bailey working out of the tight end position. Haven't seen the halfback pass that much to back to Corbett, but he had a man and just didn't have enough arm on it to lead Bailey a little bit more there into the center of the field.
Barrier takes a snap out of the gun, hand off to a setback, coming to the near side, got some room on the edge, blockers out front, across the 40, up to the 50s where he pushed out of bounds. Sorry, I was looking down at my roster.
Well, too used to that Cold Spring roster, and you gotta look down a little bit more often, don't you?
I do, and I failed to go in and highlight like I normally do, even in the Cold Spring games. I get a fresh watch, no huddle offense, barrier pitch out, coming to the near side. That's 5 on the carry across the 40. Going to get brought down 33.
Actually, the sophomore Camden Wilson getting some time on the field. Stepped in very nicely for Corbett whenever he had the injuries going on. I talked about the sophomores and how they've been able to contribute to this team, and he's been one of them.
Barrier in the gun now, set back behind him, 2 receivers to the left on the near hash. Handoff 7. Gets across the 30 up to the 27. Who was that on the carry? Number 7.
It's Landon Corbett.
Landon Corbett. I'll get it figured out, folks. Bear with me. Corbett set back behind Barrier again in the gun. Barrier, correct?
Correct.
One receiver right. That's the wide side. One to the short side. Bubbles. Stop and go routes complete down to the 20. Looks like he gets out of bounds about the 17.
That's Tatlin Cunningham on the reception. We'll move the chains.
Barrier using a plethora of receivers as he's thrown the ball. A couple of different receivers now on each side of the field. Another formation, a slot T look as Barrier under center. Pitch out. That's going to be Corbett again. Corbett's going to get across the 10, still on his feet, brought down about the 7.
Another first down and 11-yard gain there for Corbett. Looking to make sure there was no laundry. I thought okay, yeah, they're going to signal first down and goal.
First and goal for the Panthers. Ball's on the 7. Barrier under center. Handoff Corbett straight north and south off right tackle, and he's in for Anahuac Panther touchdown.
Well, I tell you what, that was quick. I mean, the Panthers just, marched right down the field, doing the hurry-up offense and taking care of business on their first possession.
Setting the tempo early, 1:40 off the clock from kickoff to touchdown. Extra point of waiting, and looks like, are they running the old swinging gate?
Oh, yeah, you'll see the swinging gate. I forgot to tell you about that.
I've seen it plenty this year. Cold Spring ran it numerous times. A little confusion. Now they're going to set up traditionally. Barrier under center, single setback behind him, pitch out, coming to the near side, and he's going to be in for 2 points.
That's Thomas Delao for the 2 points.
8-0 is your score early here in the first quarter.
And we'll take our first break, and we'll be back right after this. 10:20 remaining here in Anahuac.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Welcome back, Anahuac Sports Live. Craig Irwin alongside me, Trent Hart. I'm kind of taking over the show for him here. 10:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Your Anahuac Panthers leading 8-0 as just 1:40 off the clock for your Panthers. Able to put 8 points up on the board and going to get an opportunity to see this Tarkington Prairie offense.
Oh, Tarkington, you'll see it here in just a minute, run double wing for the most part, or they'll run out of the wing tee. They don't pass very much. But when they do, I mean, they've got a pretty good target to the outside.
Their motto is keep it on the ground and eat up as much clock and stay in front of the chains. Wobbly kick, going to bounce at the 30. It's muffed. He picks it up at the 35, up to the 40, and that's going to be Zach Hughes on the return for the Tarkington Longhorns. As Trent alluded to, double wing slot T look is what you're going to see, much what Coach Taylor was running there out of Liberty. As he left there last year, got the job here in Tarkington and trying to change culture. In conversation with the people on podcasts and stuff that I do, this is the perfect offense for the Tarkington Longhorns. The football IQ's low, and, it's a simple blocking scheme, straight north and south, and you start there and you build your program off of that. As we break cuddle, Longhorns come to the line of scrimmage. One receiver spread wide left. That's the short side of the field. Handoff, 83. Oh. He's got room across the 50, 40, 35, 30, 25. Brought down from behind. See who that was on the carry. Don't have him on my roster. 88 for the Longhorns. We don't have numbers that high.
Well, I didn't get a chance to talk about it in the pregame show, but about the Panther defense a little bit. The running, defending the run has kind of been this defensive Achilles heel. And, they're going to have to do a better job of closing those gaps at the first level, shedding the blocks, getting in the gap, and taking care of that run that we just saw. I mean, it was right up the gut. And he hit the hole hard, and, there was just nobody there.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments this Anahuac defense makes as they struggled against Orangefield early in district play. Quarterback under center, single setback behind him. Handoff to that fullback once again. And he's 8 up at the line of scrimmage to a minimal gain, maybe 3 there for the Longhorns. Trace Edwards, the quarterback for the Tarkington Longhorns, and I'll get settled in with all of these names as we progress on through this game. 9:17 left to go here in the first quarter. And the fullback, Gunnar Moore, which was their starting fullback, he is out injured. I was told he has a torn MCL.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And it is, and he's a good baseball player too, and a heck of a team roper. As Edwards brings the Longhorns to the line of scrimmage under center, sends a man in motion, pitch out. That's going to be to number 5. He's got some room across the 20 down to the 15, and that's going to be Carson Jones, which I was told that he was out hurt last week, so he's back this week.
15-yard line. Throw down and 1.
8.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 8-0. Anahuac leading this one. The Astros knotted up at 1 in the second.
At least that's what we think it is. I'm hoping my little widget's working the way it's supposed to.
I hope it is too, because it's still in the bottom of the second. No, they're in the 5th. No, it's still bottom of the second. There you go. Longhorns break huddle. Double wing set, one receiver wide left. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle, trying to get the first down on that. And he does. It looks like he's just going to get across. First down marker on that third down play. Fresh set of downs for the Longhorns, and can still get a first down. They have to get inside the 3, inside the 2 to get that first down.
I'll tell you what, the Tarkington Longhorns, they have nothing to lose here tonight, Craig. They would like nothing better than to upset this Anahuac Panther team and all of a sudden knock them into the 3rd seed. Because that's a scenario that we did not talk about when if Anahuac were to lose here tonight, it would put them all the way back in the 3rd seed and push East Chambers into that 2nd seed.
No, most definitely, and really could shake it up depending on that East Chambers game. Looked like we have movement, no flag on the play, and Edwards is going to keep it. No, excuse me, that's going to be 88. It's going to keep it get brought down for a loss of 2 on that play. 7:15 left to go here in the first quarter here on Anahuac Sports Live. First quarter brought to you by Chamber County Abstract Company. Reach out to them, 409-296-4751. Told you I'd get it in there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the Astros kind of in a jam here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs, 2 men on. And knotted up at 1.
JV needs to pull one out of the belt on this one. Get out of that jam.
Get out of the World Series cellar, so to speak, for Justin Verlander.
Different look as the Longhorns break huddle in the shotgun. Edwards in the gun, looking to pass, airs it out across the middle. No flags, as there was contact, and I think they're going to say that ball was not catchable.
Probably so. It was a long overthrown pass, but there was a little bit of contact over the middle there as he was looking for his intended target and unable to make connection, bring up 3rd down.
I think what saved him on that is his head was turned towards the ball.
Yep.
And the contact was made, so accidental contact stops the clock with 6.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Tarkington breaks huddle, play clock down to 15, out of the gun once again as Edwards, single setback to his left is Johnson, one receiver wide left, handoff to Johnson off a right tackle, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage here on this series of downs. It's going to bring up 4th down. Now I was watching Tarkington in the pregame. They do have a field goal kicker with a leg, so wouldn't surprise me to see a field goal here, but then again, it is 4-down territory when you got nothing to lose.
Well, anytime in Texas high school football where you look on the opposite sideline and you see a field goal net set up, you can almost count that they have a pretty good field goal kicker.
And the field goal kicker is out there. It's going to be Brian Mayalu.
Yeah, we're going to mess that up.
No, I'm sorry. That's Brent Leonard. Snap is back, hold us down. Kick is up. No good, wide left. 5:39 left in the first quarter. 8-0. Anahuac still leading this one, and they're going to get the ball deep in their own territory. Trent.
Yeah, I mean, but it was good stop there. Good hold by the Panthers defense. They gave up the big run in the first play of the Tarkington series, but able to hold them and cause some disruption in the backfield there on the field goal attempt. And sure enough, they're going to take back over for their second possession of the game.
You know, you go back and you look at that offensive series, and we'll talk about it here in a minute, as Barrier's in the gun, set back right, 2 receivers right. 1 slot receiver. Handoffs to the slot as he was in motion. That's going to be Corbett getting to the edge, across the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Got a man to beat, and he steps out of bounds about the 48, 49-yard line. But to finish my point with that Tarkington Longhorn, when they went to the spread-style offense and putting Edwards in the gun, that's whenever the Anahuac Panthers were able to get some pressure on him and really disrupt the Longhorn offense.
Oh, we saw a couple of pass attempts from the Longhorns, and it just wasn't working for them. They probably should stick to that quick wing T action.
Barrier in the gun, set back behind him. Receiver right, 1 to the left. Barrier rolling out to his left, looking to pass. He delivers. It's complete for a first down.
Talon Cunningham once again to the far side, hauling it in and moving the chains.
Forced out of bounds by Jason Williams of the Longhorns. Looking to the wristbands, no huddle offense with 5:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Barrier, I said the gun earlier, it's more of a pistol. Setback behind him, 2 receivers right, handoff to a setback that was behind him, trying to get his number across the 35 up to the 30 is where he's brought down and moved the chains, as that's another Panther first down. That Corbett on the carry?
It was.
His jersey was bunched up. I couldn't see what it was. Not doing a good job keeping stats tonight for you, Trent.
Well, I'm
just
not either.
I'm just a fill-in. He's trying to put a lot on me. Hands me a stat sheet, said, here. I said, yeah, what am I going to do with this?
That's normally Alex's job.
Barrier in the pistol, set back behind him. Barrier looking to pass, got a man open, man coverage downfield, incomplete as it was just slightly underthrown. Pass intended for Robert Bailey as he's slow to get up on that far side, and they're going to call an official timeout. While they take that, we'll take one here on Anahuac Sports Live.
From custom processing, professional guided hunts, hide tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' premier choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game. Make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Visit them today at portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413. Building a new home? Does your driveway need that long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get your lot cleared and ready to build something great? Look no further and trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate, 409-267-1057, or visit them on Facebook at Title Services Inc. Want to escape to a relaxing destination on the Texas Gulf Coast? Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has just what you need. Nestled next to historic Fort Anahuac Park and less than an hour east of Houston, Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has everything for your next vacation, weekend getaway, or extended stay, offering daily, weekly, and monthly rates on 54 full hookup RV sites and 11 fully furnished cabins. Visit online today at TrinityBayRVLodging.com or give them a call, 409-267-6774.
Back here at Kyle White Stadium, Anahuac, Texas. Craig Irwin, Trent Hart here on Anahuac Sports Live. Your Anahuac Panthers leading the Tarkington Longhorns 8-0, 4:27 left to go here in the first quarter. Injury timeout as Mr. Bailey comes off on his own. And the Anahuac Panthers looking at a 2nd and 10. Single set back behind Barrier under center. Barrier hands to that setback. That's Corbett with a lot of running room across the 20. 15, he's at the 10.
No
now
whistle
getting
yet.
pushed forward. Now they're going to blow it dead as he's stop him at the 10-yard line.
Well, good to see Bailey come off on his own power there. Certainly hope that he's okay. More of just a little tweak or some turf burn like you just said. Looks like the Astros got out of their jam, and it's going into the third.
Barrier under center. Corbett gets the call once again across the 10, trips over the yellow paint of the soccer field. And going to be 2-3 yard gain there for Corbett. That paint's tough on them kids a lot of times when they get that momentum going downhill. It'll get them every time.
It is some. We call it the turf monster.
Barrier under center. Wing formation behind him. Handoff on a counter play. That's 15. Ball's on the turf. They're saying he was down.
That's what I thought. I heard the whistle blow. And he was down by contact inside the 1.
Just got a text message. Huntington leading Shepherd 13-0.
Oh, that's
and that's
interesting.
going to be an Anahuac touchdown as they hurried up, got to the line of scrimmage, and got the snap off. Corbett puts it in, stretches it to 14-0 here at Kyle White Stadium.
Well, the Anahuac offense definitely has found their rhythm, and you know they're doing a lot more hurry up tonight than oh crap. There we go. I'm almost messed up my scoreboard. But they're doing a lot more hurry-ups tonight than we normally see.
Snaps back, hold us down. Kick is up, splitting the uprights. 15-0. Your Anahuac Panthers are leading the Tarkington Longhorns with 3:18 left to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a break here on Anahuac Sports Live.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drug Store has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drug Store offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drug Store, delivering solutions, delivering confidence.
White Stadium, Craig Irwin, Trent Hart here on Anahuac Sports Live. 3:18 left to go here in the first quarter. Your Anahuac Panthers are leading the Tarkington Longhorns 15-0 as this Tarkington defense just doesn't have an answer for the up-tempo of the Anahuac Panthers that they've been having. Hector Sierra has it teed up and puts a boot into it, coming to the near side. 19 on the return, running laterally at the 35, going to get upfield to the 37, and that's where he's brought down. That was Tanner Johnson on the return for the Longhorns. Longhorns wearing their white jerseys, white trousers, trimmed in maroon with their gold helmets. The Anahuac Panthers, if for some reason you lose this video feed, black jerseys, black trousers, black helmets, gold numbers, the men in black. I'm used to radio.
Got to say it because you're used to that radio broadcast.
I am, and I'm surprised I haven't done it. I'm going to do it here, though, as Tarkington breaks huddle, moving right to left on your radio dial at home. One receiver left as Edwards is under center in the double wing set. Edwards sends a man in motion. Ball's on the turf. Looks like Anahuac comes up with it.
And they do. That's Garrett Dye on the recovery for the Panthers after the miscue toss by the Tarkington quarterback.
Edwards, and that's the thing about that double wing is there's so much misdirection and counter in that, and it's all on timing for that offense. And Edwards had a play in his mind, the running back had a different play, and just nobody was there and hit the tailback on the right side in the back, and Anahuac able to come up with it. 1st and 10 with the ball on the Longhorn 37. Two receivers to the right. Mr. Bailey's checked back in the slot position. Now he's moving to the left side of the field. Now him and Barrier are going to talk to each other for a minute. And now that Anahuac's going to take a timeout, just not everybody on the same page. And I'd rather take the timeout even with a 15-point lead with 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. They're going to take a break. We're going to take a break here on Anahuac Sports Live. Welcome back here to Kyle White Stadium. Craig Irwin, Trent Hart, Anahuac Sports Live here. We're here in the Chambers County Abstract Company first quarter. 15-0 is the score in favor of your Anahuac Panthers with 3:06 left to play in the first quarter. Anahuac coming to the line of scrimmage off of a turnover, and their third possession. Barrier under center, wing T look. Barrier looking to pass and overthrows his receiver downfield.
Well, we were just looking at the turnover there that caused havoc in the Tarkington backfield. And I'm getting that instant replay dialed in.
Well, I mean, it takes time. Incomplete pass going to bring up second down for your Anahuac Panthers. Shepherd leading Huntington 30-14.
Okay, so there was a little bit of miscue there on the
Trips right,
website.
one receiver left, Corbett in motion, bubble screen, that's to 32, across the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, Anahuac Panther touchdown.
Quandre Coates on the screen, man, what a perfectly executed play that was there.
Great blocking downfield, and we'll catch it on the replay here in a little bit. But great blocking downfield, and Coates able just to go downfield 35 yards untouched. 2:55 left to go in this first quarter. As Fernando Cabrera comes in to kick the extra point. Snap is down, hold, kick is up, high, and good.
Let's take a look at that if I caught it in time. And I did. And as you can see,
you had Trips, sends Corbett in motion. Barrier rolls out, has him open, and just untouched as the blocking downfield. Look at the lineman out front.
Yeah.
And another 6 on the board for the Anahuac Panthers.
Well, like I said, just a perfectly executed play, especially those linemen getting to the spots that they needed to and just open up a huge hole there for Coates.
PNG leading Galena Park 28-0. Die ball all over Crockett 21-0. The big game I'm looking at is Woodville and Palestine Westwood. Woodville's leading that one 6-0 early on.
I'll check in here to see if I can't get an update while we're waiting.
The East Chambers game? Should have that in here.
I got it in here somewhere. Right now, East Chambers leading Orangefield 14-7 in the first.
Dun, 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 dun.
Centerville all over Cork and Camden.
Yeah, I had that game going the other way.
I did too.
Still a lot of football left. High pooch kick coming to the near side. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds, and it does. They throw the laundry and going to set it up at the 35-yard line for the Longhorns.
A lot of these games going on tomorrow night.
A lot of games going on.
I think there was quite a few schools, including our own, that might have jumped the gun. The weather might not be coming in until late Friday night.
Well, you know,
it keeps changing.
Yes, it does. And I was kind of curious about that. And I'm thinking all these guys are really ruining a lot of people's opportunity to watch the World Series tonight.
Well, bottom of the third, it's still knotted up at 1 there in Philly. Got out of a huge jam earlier where the bases were loaded, 2 outs. I'm assuming Verlander's still on the mound. We had to turn off the live feed because we got mad earlier.
Edwards under center, double wing set, sends a man in motion. He's going to get it. That's Johnson across the 40. 2-yard gain for Johnson. Now we got a late flag. First penalty of the night.
We'll see who it goes against, and then I'll decide what I'm going to say here, because it's something I had on my note sheet about penalties and the useless penalties that this Anahuac team has gotten, and it is a personal foul against Anahuac, and again a useless penalty. It's just no need for it, and as you're going into these playoffs, you just can't have it.
You got to be a little more disciplined.
You've got to be, and these coaches have preached it and preached it and preached it to this team all season long. And if you want to win playoff games, you can't have those kind of penalties.
There's only one team that I know of that could give up 150 yards of penalties in a game and still win, and that was like the 2008 to 2014 Cold Spring Trojans. And Tarkington comes to the line of scrimmage. Edwards under center. Slot T look. Edwards hand off to the fullback. Don't have his number, trying to get to the edge, and he's going to gain 2. I got that Orangefield East Chambers game pulled up, so we'll be able to refresh and recap on that one as we progress on through the night with 2.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. 22-0 is the score in favor of your Anahuac Panthers. Tarkington Longhorns have the ball. 2nd and 8. We'll call it 9. Tarkington side, they like it 8 better.
I'll change it.
Trying to figure out which way they want their receivers to go. The ball's on the far hash. Got a lot of men in motion. 2 receivers to the left. Edwards in the gun. Shuffle pass forward to Johnson. It's good. Going to gain 4. Solid 4.
Well, maybe 3, because 3rd and 6 is what I've got. But Garrett Dye coming in from behind to make that tackle.
And while we're on the YouTube channel and everything else, I want to encourage everybody to go to my YouTube channel, 599 Sports. Go subscribe to that. We got some good shows coming up on that. And I'll talk about another podcast I got out as Edwards gets under center for the Longhorns on this 3rd and 6. Now they look to the sidelines, and we got a timeout. Tarkington. While they take a break, we're going to take a break here at Kyle White Stadium here on Anahuac Sports Live.
Coastal Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800 and visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com.
Welcome back to Kyle White Stadium after a Tarkington timeout. Craig Irwin, Trent Hart, Anahuac Sports Live. Shotgun formation for the Longhorns on this 3rd and 6. Edwards takes a snap, rolling out to his right, connects to his intended receiver. First down plus a couple, as you can pronounce that name.
I was working on it earlier today, and I'll probably get it wrong again.
Just throw something
Was
out
it number
there.
2?
Number 2. His brother's name's a lot easier.
Ma'aleu?
Ma'aleu. Sounds good.
Ma'alelu. Ma'alelu. Let's do that. Ma'alelu.
Elmo, I know you're at home watching this. Text me how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Ma'alelu.
Fresh set of downs for the Longhorns. Just under a minute left to go here in the first quarter. One receiver wide left. Edwards in the gun. Set back left. Ball's on the far hash. Handoff to Johnson, and he's going to gain 3 as he gets across the 15. And just a little dive play.
Yeah, I mean they're getting just a few yards per carry, but it's very effective, especially against this defense that we talked about earlier. That that's just not great against the run, and they showed it against the Orangefield Bobcats and even in Buna. I think the Buna running back over there had 114 yards on the ground.
And that's going to bring us down to the end of the first quarter as both teams start to walk to their respective sidelines. And we're going to take a break here on Anahuac Sports Live. 22-0 is the score at Kyle White Stadium. Your Anahuac Panthers are leading.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers!
Panthers are going here at Kyle White Stadium. 22-0 is the score as we start the second quarter. Tarkington Longhorns have the ball, 2nd and 8. Moving left to right at home. Edwards under center, double wing set. Edwards going to keep it, try to get a push from his fullback, and boy does he. Kind of a premature whistle.
They only gave him a couple.
As an Anahuac Panther comes up with the ball, but they blew it dead. I think he stripped it after the whistle.
Right.
So Edwards going to go to the far sideline and get the play. Trace Edwards, just a sophomore quarterback for the Longhorns. And I talked about it earlier how young this Tarkington Longhorn football team is. And they got a pretty salty JV squad as they got the win last night over Anahuac's JV.
I heard that, and you know the 7th and 8th grade teams did well here in Anahuac last night, both getting the W's. Was hoping for the sweep this week, but Tarkington JV did pretty well.
Yes, they did. Single setback to the left of Edwards in the gun. Edwards takes a snap, looking to pass, got a man on a zig route. Incomplete. Good defensive coverage. What was that number over there?
That's Javion West, number 6, playing out of the safety position, has had an excellent year. I think he's had 6 interceptions playing out of that spot.
Good defensive coverage as the receiver actually had him beat, and he was able to come from the backside and play the SWAT game and knock that ball out of the air. Stops the clock with 11 minutes and 8 ticks left on it, bringing up a Tarkington Longhorn 4th down and 5. Play clock down to 6, and Tarkington is probably going to have to take a timeout here as Edwards does get it off. Looking to pass over the middle. It's intercepted at the 5, up to the 10, 15, now 20, 25, 30. Big block behind him, 40.
Another one.
And he
out of bounds.
Steps out of bounds at the 40.
Wow.
Got a flag back here. They're going to call that a
probably a block in the back if I was just guessing right.
Yeah.
Or a hold, one of the two. But Javion West coming over, we just talked about, that's his 7th interception on the season.
Just the play before we were talking about that. See what the penalty is. Could have been a crackback block as well.
And shout out to our camera person upstairs, Terry Fortenberry, capturing that interception. Great.
See what the official word here is. The head official comes out to midfield. Now he's walking back. Did a game last week. It felt like I was at a safari. You had lions, you had wildcats, and you had zebras on the field.
Yeah, it's a freaking zoo down here.
Now the head officials come over here.
They're going to count the INT.
Yeah, the penalty was after the catch.
Yeah, they're discussing place at where the penalty occurred, and they're going to step it off from there.
And it is going to go. What is that? I've never seen that ever in my life. Maybe, but I didn't know. Yeah,
so
I mean, in 15 years of calling football, I've never seen an official bump his fist together, and that's the penalty. Anahuac comes out in the spread. Barrier in the gun, set back behind him. Barrier looking to pass downfield. Got a lot of time. Got a man open. Is complete at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5. Anahuac Panther touchdown.
What a great pass there by Barrier on a laser beam to Talon Cunningham.
Huge pitch and catch. Put 6 more on the board for your Anahuac Panthers.
Definitely going to go back and take a look at that one. I mean, wide open as Cunningham. I think they found the mismatch.
He threw that ball from the 10. It was caught at the 50. Cabrera in to kick the extra point. Snap is back, hold us down, kick is up. He's going to remain perfect as he splits the uprights. 29-0, the Anahuac Panthers leading the Tarkington Longhorns.
Let's go back to the touchdown play here. As you see, the ball is on, or the line of scrimmage at the 15. So it's going to be an 85-yard pass and catch from Barrier. Let's look at this on your Swanky replay.
Barrier on the snap, standing back. He was at the 6-yard line. Pass caught at the 50 and just outrun his coverage and taking it to the house.
I was just watched the Swanky Insurance replay. We'll visit Todd Swanky here in Anahuac on Miller Street.
10:45 left to go in the Capital Farm Credit second quarter. Capital Farm Credit, 120 Broadway, Winnie, Texas. You can reach them at 409-400-4066. You go by there and see our friends at Capital Farm Credit. Let them know we sent you. Cabrera's got it teed up right on top of the X on the 40-yard line from south to north. He'll be kicking. Like this stadium here at Anahuac. I enjoy going to a bunch of different stadiums, Trent.
Well, it's practically brand new.
Kicks on the ground, going to be fielded, and he takes a knee.
I don't think he could get
I don't
the knee
think
up.
he meant to take that knee. I think it just got real heavy. It's like, I want to run, but I can't. That was Jackson Stovall. And unable to return that as he ended up down on the knee. 29-0 is the score in favor of your Anahuac Panthers. And, I've hit every stadium from Beltway to Nacogdoches. I've done a game in every stadium going up 59. That's that. Last year I got to hit them all because I was at Randall Reed Stadium in New Caney. That was the one stadium I was missing. Tarkington breaks huddle here with 10:42 left to go. One receiver spread wide left. Edwards under center in the double wing set. Pitch out. That's number 6. Trying to find it off the left tackle. Looking for some room is Mitchell Galvin. Just a sophomore, gains 1 for the Longhorns.
What a great game that was at Randall Reed Stadium last year, wasn't it, Craig?
Man, it was. It was really good. Getting to see a team that I don't get to see a lot of the Anahuac Panthers, and getting to watch them and see what they do. And little did we know, Trent, and we'll just tell it, we didn't know each other then.
No,
we did not know each other whatsoever. We didn't formally meet each other until this summer.
Right.
Back in June at softball tournament was when Trent and I finally met. And talked to each other numerous times on the phone, and even up until then didn't even know we had football in common. As the double wing set comes back for the Longhorns, that's number 9 once again, number 5, Johnson on the carry, and he's going to gain 3 or 4. But we didn't even know we had football in common, and I guess it was game day 2 of that district tournament.
Right.
Yeah, that we got to talking about football. It was like, oh snap, this could be dangerous, and here we are.
And I finally coached you in. It just so happened that we were able to get this Thursday night game in, and we talk, pretty much every week or almost every day it seems like here lately, especially during football season, and exchanging notes and listening to the podcast. And he'll tell you more about his podcast and some of his shows on I keep on saying F. I don't know why I keep on saying F. 5-9 Sports.
Edwards under center, same counter play to Johnson. Minimum gain there, trying to stay in front of the chains. That's the goal here for this Tarkington Longhorn offense, as they're looking at 4th and 3 now. But yeah, my podcast, you can find us on 5-9 Sports on Facebook, and we got an injury timeout here with 8:53 left to go in the first half. We're going to take a break here on Anahuac Sports Live.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Want to remind everybody that you can donate to Anahuac Sports Live by all of the QR codes on your screen. We're on Venmo at Anahuac Sports Live, Cash App, $ Anahuac Sports Live. If you do PayPal, there's a link in the description of the YouTube video below, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. And speaking of donations, Brent Foster just donating to the channel, saying awesome job. Thank you so much, Brent, for supporting Anahuac Sports Live, especially your sponsorship, Coastal Field Services, LLC, as we come back to the live action after the injury timeout.
And guys, these sponsors, they're so important, and to be able to, there's so much money invested in putting these productions together to bring you these football games. You really don't have a clue. Double wing set after the injury timeout on this 4th and short, pitch out, and it's going to be close. It looks like he got it. That's going to be number 5 on the carry, which is Carson Jones. And I was saying Johnson earlier, and it was Jones. And I apologize if his parents are watching here on Anahuac Sports Live, as I was able to share it there on my Facebook page, 590 Sports, and you can go chime in over there. And we got to pick 'em. I'm the one that got you on the whole pick 'em spread.
Yeah, we started in week 3, and it's been a great thing for the Facebook page. I hope everybody got in their picks before tonight.
I hope they did too, and I hope you didn't do what I did last week. I would have been perfect, but I forgot to put a game in there. But on my pick-ems, I had the same game on my page, so I should have got it.
Like I said, no cross Facebook page pick 'em for, you know what I mean. If you miss one, you miss one.
1st and 10, that's going to be Michael Gavin on the carry, trying to get to the edge, unable to. Maybe a half a yard to a yard gain there for Gavin. But over there on 590 Sports, we got a lot going on. We got our Facebook page. We have our YouTube channel as well that I do put pre-games up on, and then also do some podcasts on 3A football. But we also have a big podcast on the Lone Star Gridiron Network. Myself and Brian Best do that show, and it normally hits it's on all the major streaming services: Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, Stitch. There's so many out there that you can just go stream it on. And we got flags, going to kill this play earlier, movement on the offensive line for the Longhorns. But go down there and find us, the 590 Sports Show on the Lone Star Gridiron Network. And we've been putting out some good podcasts covering Southeast Texas. And we touch on Anahuac down there, and everything over to the Golden Triangle, District 9, District 10, and 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, and then even down to the 2A, picking up the Corcoran Camden Bulldogs as they're in a big game tonight for the district championship.
They are
12-2A.
An update of the World Series. We're top of the 4th, where Carlos Pena had a solo home run, and the Astros pushed forward 2-1.
And the gun is Edwards, set back to his left. Surprised there wasn't another flag. Edwards looking to pass, throwing in double coverage downfield. The receiver had the coverage beat. The ball had the receiver beat downfield.
He did. I mean, it was the 2 defenders were on his heels. Brooks Henneke, and trying to see what the other number is. That was Talon Cunningham, I think, also on the coverage, but they had a step on him. If the ball would have been a little bit more accurate, and there would have been a big play there for Tarkington.
That was Trace Edwards, the intended receiver. No, that wasn't. That's 2, the intended receiver. Eli, whatever. Alehu.
You got it close there on that one.
We'll roll with it. Double wing set as the Longhorns break huddle on this 3rd and 14. Handoff to the fullback, and he's going to gain 2, going to bring up 4th down. We'll probably see the punt team for the first time tonight.
The fun team?
The fun punt team for the Longhorns.
Yep, definitely exchanging personnel. They're going to have to punt it away.
6:26 left to go here in the first half of football. This is the Capital Farm Credit second quarter. Capital Farm Credit, 120 Broadway, Winnie, Texas. You can contact them at 409-400-4066. Be sure to tell them the great folks over here at Anahuac Sports Live sent you over there.
Bregman up to bat. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 4th, no men on.
Tarkington has to take a timeout due to the lack of personnel on the field, with 5:55 left to go in the first half. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Custom processing, professional guided hunts, hide tanning, and gator merchandise. Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' premier choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game. Make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Visit them today at portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413.
Boy, I was watching that on Facebook, Porter's Processing. Some of them gators they had brought in there, they had some big old dudes. I want to go gator hunting. I've never been.
I haven't either. And I told Casey Hedges over there, go visit Casey Hedges at Porter's. The kick is away.
Nice punt, bounces at the 30 and takes a slow roll down inside the 25, and the Panthers are going to get away from it, and it's going to be down at the 21.
But Casey and Lindsay Hedges over there at Porter's Processing, not gator season anymore, but it is deer season opening up this weekend. If you get a deer this weekend, be sure to take it over to Porter's Processing. And if you haven't tasted their smoked sausage, you're missing out. Their deer sausages is really, really good.
You know, I met Casey a couple years ago whenever I took over the ballpark up there where I'm at, and super good folks over there. Him and his wife, enjoy visiting with them throughout the baseball seasons as the Anahuac Panthers come out in the spread offense. Barrier in the pistol set back behind him, and he knows where he's going.
Dangerous.
And very dangerous play. He catches that ball out of bounds. That was Robert Bailey. And hit him in the shoulder pads and bounced up in almost a tip drill type action. And Barrier throwing into double coverage there.
He's not afraid to do it. He'll try and thread a needle when he can. And like you said, that pass just bouncing off his chest, and I think he just took his eye off of it, looking to spin out of the would-be tackle after the catch. But nonetheless, 2nd down and 10.
Barrier under center. Got some adjustments made. Single setback behind him. Pitch out to that setback. He's got all kinds of running room across the 30, 35, 40, 50, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10. One man to beat. Corbett is in for Anahuac Panthers. Touchdown.
Another huge play and huge run for Landon Corbett as the Anahuac Panthers have blown it up here in the first half.
35-0 here at the half with an extra point awaiting with 5:25 left to go in the first half of football.
We'll definitely go back to that replay after the kick here.
Basically untouched.
Yeah, breakdown in coverage, especially on the second level. They just could not get in the gaps, but the good job up front by the lineman to open up that big hole for Corbett.
And Corbett able to have good vision on the field and then the breakaway speed. Snap is back, hold us down, kick is up with the laces out, and it's good. 36-0. Your Anahuac Panthers lead the Tarkington Longhorns.
Let's go back to that play.
Sit here. You see it's got the single setback as they send some guys in motion and get them set, have the heavy package to the near side, and Corbett just untouched as he has linemen downfield blocking in the breakaway speed. One man to beat. That's that Malaihu or whatever. Gets his hands on the jersey, but the momentum carries Corbett into the end zone.
Well, what a great block there by number 62, Cole Williams, up front for the Panthers. Really made that separation happen and that hole open up.
So watching all this fancy stuff with what you're doing, because I'm used to radio broadcast, not digital broadcast, and you're throwing this out there and you're pulling these replays. Do those replays get saved?
I have to click my little left mouse button here right at the right time for it to hit that, it's basically on a buffer. It's a replay buffer, and when I hit that mouse, it sends a video file, saves it, and then I'm able to switch scenes there, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
So,
that time it works.
So does it stay? Do you have it logged now as a deep kick all the way down to the 10, and it's muffed, it's on the ground. Now he's going to pick it up to the 15, 20, trying to get to the wedge, and he meets a host of Panthers there on the attack at the 25-yard line. That was number 6, Galvin, on the return. So are those replays saved so you can go back tonight after the game and go back and watch them?
Right. A lot of times if I'm able to get enough of them saved, I can put together our highlights, and you can go see some of those highlight reels on our TikTok channel. All you have to do is search for Anahuac Sports Live. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, and, of course, Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know that when we go live for the playoffs this year, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be on the NFHS network. UIL changing a few things up on us, but nonetheless, we are going to be on the NFHS network for the Texas High School football playoffs.
Edwards under center handoff, how the double wing set. Minimal gain there, gain of 1. I'm excited for the playoffs. I'm excited, you and I have talked a bunch about, the different routes of things to go on with the playoffs and the opportunity to grow. And I'm excited for to an extent what this NHFS has to offer, as well as what Anahuac Sports Live has to offer. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. And we enjoy it. I mean, in our third year at Anahuac Sports Live, able to cover some playoff games the last couple of years. And definitely looking forward to working with the NFHS network and getting Anahuac Sports Live type production over there.
2nd and 8 as it's a dive play. Going to gain about 3 on that one. And that's going to be Carson Jones on the carry for the Longhorns. Clock still winding down with just over 4 minutes left to go in the first half of football.
And Panthers creeping in on the 40-point average that they've been having so far in the 2022 season. Fully expect a change of personnel as we come back for the third. We're looking at some scores, but we'll save it for the halftime show.
Most definitely. Trap play. Jones on the carry. Going to pick up a Longhorn first down.
Jones on the carry, gets to the first down marker. Ball at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10.
3.5 minutes left to go here in the first half, and Longhorns slowly putting together a drive and eating up a lot of clock. And that's the way this offense, this double wing type offense is set up, is, chew up as much clock as you can and stay in front of the chains and get points on the board. Tarkington gets the ball to start the second half of play. Come to the line of scrimmage. Edwards surveying this 4-man front defensively. Under center. Pitch out. Jones cuts back to the inside. Going to gain 3, maybe 4.
Jones on the carry, gain of 4 on the play, 2nd down 6.
Newton having a big game over New Waverly, 56-27.
Nothing new over there in Newton. We'll talk about that one later.
Yeah. Got to keep everybody hauled in here.
Yeah. And if you haven't, we've got the Astros in the bottom left-hand corner, so if you're watching the Astros game, just come over here and watch our game.
Edwards under center. Pitch out. That's going to be number 6, trying to get on the edge, and he's going to gain 3 or 4. Michael Galvin, the sophomore. I have him listed as a they got him as a wingback.
Right.
When I first, you kind of glance over it and you see the B and you think running back, but I seen the W and I'm thinking wide receiver.
That definitely messes you up on the rosters when you see the X's and the Y's, the Z's, and the WBs for the wingbacks, and it's.
They're politically correct on their roster. An X back, a wing back, a Y, an X. They're politically correct. Double wing set, handoff to the fullback. He's going to get the first down, and that's what his job is.
Right.
On them short down yardage plays is we're going to give it to you on the dive play. You need to fall forward and make sure you gain 2 or 3. And credit this offensive line. They're doing a good job on getting that push up front.
So it is. Ma'alelu.
Did somebody send it to you?
I believe so.
It wasn't the mama, was it? I had a mom come up in a game that we were broadcasting and told me that I was pronouncing her son's first name wrong.
And he goes, it's actually, Nestle goes by Junior. So Junior.
Double wing set. Jones gets the call. Jones with a little bit of room. He's going to pay for it after he gains 7.
Keitel coming in.
6, excuse me.
Keitel coming in up the middle, making a big hit.
Bringing up a 2nd down with 30 seconds left to go here in the first half. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Longhorns try to air one out downfield and beat coverage and get some points on the board with not much time left in the first half of football.
This will be the final play of the half.
And they're going to run it. Jones trying to get to the edge, and he does across the 40. Got a flag.
All over the place.
Up to the 20. He's going to get pushed out of bounds, but it's got to be a hold.
Definitely in the vicinity of hold.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Penalty's going to be declined as the scoreboard rolls down to 0 here at Kyle White Stadium here in Anahuac, Texas. 36-0 is the score in favor of your Anahuac Panthers, and it has been all Anahuac this football game.
And it has, and don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back for the second half, and your, looking for it, Trinity Bay RV Park and Lodging halftime show. We'll be back in a minute and a half right here on Anahuac Sports Live. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, Capital Farm Credit, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services LLC, Four Corner Tires, Gator Garage, Jerry Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, K-Max Services, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Rebecca Lynn Photography, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Third Coast Martial Arts, the Oak Island Double Bayou VFD Turkey Shoot, Swanky Insurance Agency, Title Services Incorporated, Trinity Bay RV Park and Lodging, Turan Lawn Care, Hillary Auto, Insurance Agent with Texas Farm Bureau, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drug Store in Anahuac.
Want to escape to a relaxing destination on the Texas Gulf Coast? Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has just what you need. Nestled next to historic Fort Anahuac Park and less than an hour east of Houston, Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has everything for your next vacation, weekend getaway, or extended stay, offering daily, weekly, and monthly rates on 54 full hookup RV sites and 11 fully furnished cabins. Visit online today at TrinityBayRVLodging.com or give them a call, 409-267-6774.
Welcome to the field, the Tarkington High School Bells drill team. The Bells are led by Captain, Senior Annabelle Clements, Captain, Senior Emma Bobe, Lieutenant, Junior Janice Marquin, Social Officer, Senior Lillian Privet, Social Officer, Sophomore Savannah Sweeney. The Bells are under the direction of Christina Bartosh and are being accompanied by the Thundering Horns Band. Bell of the Year is Cadence Alexander. We hope you enjoyed tonight's performance to Play That Funky Music. Please welcome the Sweepstakes Award-winning Thundering Horns Band. The band is led on the field by drum majors Ethan Squire and Carson Hudman. Student leaders are Anne-Marie Cochran, Cameron Dawson, Lily Elliott, Lexi Flowers, Bridges Key, Cannon King, Matthew Leonard, Tyler Morrison, Emily Parma, Jennifer Parma, Hannah Primo, and Armando Reynaga. Leader of the Week, Lily Elliott. Band Student of the Week, Ainsley Hayden. Freshman of the Week, Ethan Seal. Tonight, for your entertainment, the band will perform the Part 1 of the 2022 Marching Contest show entitled The Raven. Program selections include Allegretto from Beethoven's Symphony No. 7 and Discombobulate from Sherlock Holmes. We hope you enjoy The Raven. and administration for all their support. Everything these students accomplish is because of your ongoing support and encouragement. The band is directed by Jeff Parma, Alexandra Cormier, and Adrian Rodriguez. Thank you and good night.
School presents our 2022-23 Pantherettes Drill Team. Juniors are Brenda Garcia and Caitlin Ramirez. Sophomores, Leslie Ramirez, Yasmin Zendejas, and Kayla Cooper. Freshmen, Olivia Lowry and Bree Cooper. Managers are MJ Johnson and Isabella Magana. Honor guards, McKayden Moore and Eric Muniz. Social officers, Jayla Curl, Kayla Curl, Cadence Whitmire, Ninel Garcia, President. Officers are Abril Alberto, Second Lieutenant. Hannah Anderson, First Lieutenant. Emily Ramirez, Lieutenant Colonel. And our mascot, Retnap. Kelly Galindo, Colonel. Performing Tears by the Weekend, accompanied by the Pride of Anahuac Band, under the direction of Julia Johnson. Ready, Pantherettes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your award-winning Pride of Anahuac Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Brielle Christensen, Pablo Salazar, and Keely Perez. Color guard is led by Captain Yvette Garcia and co-captain Savannah Desmo. Color guard sponsor is Mrs. Jennifer Bogey. Directors for the band are Mr. Cody Cunningham, Mr. Morgan Contreras, and Mr. Aaron Porter. We would like to congratulate the Pride of Anahuac on another highly successful marching season. For the second consecutive year, the Pride has been an Area C finalist at the Area Round of Marching Contest. Congratulations to the band and their directors for representing our school and community so well. Now tonight, the band will be performing Firework by Katy Perry.
Welcome back to Anahuac Sports Live, Kyle White Stadium. We're at the Trinity Bay RV Park halftime show. Craig Irwin, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry running the camera up top, doing a great job as we're here at halftime here in Anahuac. And 36-0, Anahuac Panthers leading this one. It's been nothing but Anahuac offensively. And can't credit their defense enough, as well as turnover turned into a touchdown. Not a scoop six, but recovered the fumble. And next play was able to put 6 points on the board for the Anahuac Panthers. So Anahuac's been in full control. Let's stay down in District 10 3A and talk about some scores here on the Trinity Bay RV Park halftime show. Go find folks over there at Trinity Bay, 1512 South Main Street, Anahuac, Texas. Get by there and see those folks over there. Looking at this district, I got one of the three scores. Where are they at? What do you got going?
Well, I've got the one that we're watching closely, and that's the.
Do you want to start with that one?
Let's just start with it. Because they're at halftime over there also. Orangefield at East Chambers, within a touchdown. Orangefield leading 21-14.
And this game is as advertised and really as we expected.
Right.
And we talked about it coming into the show, in the pregame show, on the implications of what had to happen or what could happen in order for Anahuac to get the district title. And it's almost, as we talked, you almost don't want that district title just for the side of the bracket it's going to throw you.
As much as Anahuac – would love to have a sole district title. It's one of those things. If you're a coach or if you've been around Texas high school football for a while and you start looking at the way the bracket falls, and we looked at it in the pregame. You look at the high-powered teams that are in the top part of that bracket, and you're almost kind of like, we're okay at the number 2 seed.
No, and you are. And you look over at District 11 3A, Franklin, Cameron Yo, Lorena, and Little River. Man, that's such a tough district over there. It kind of reminds you of that district, last year, the last realignment, the way it was set up with Carthage and Jasper and Center and Rusk. I mean, it's that caliber at the 3A level. And Region 3 has a couple of those if you move up into the 4A level well. So going in, let's talk about some other games. Over out of District 9 3A, the by-district for District 10, Shepherd Pirates all over Huntington and squashing Cold Springs Dreams of making the playoffs this year.
That is the nail in the coffin for the Trojans, unfortunately. And like you said, missing the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. But credit to the Shepherd, the Shepherd Pirates. I mean, they've really fought this year, and they deserve that 4th spot.
They've definitely had their ups and downs. They were stuck in that Murderers Road district with Carthage and Jasper the last several years, like 4 years. And these kids deserve a break, and they got it and going to get their playoff dreams are going to come true. And I'm good friends with that head coach over there at Shepherd, Miles Robinson. Friends with him before he was ever a coach, and enjoying his success this year. Diboll leading Crockett 28-0. And then the big game that we're trying to keep an eye on is Palestine Westwood and Woodville. 12-0 in the 4th quarter.
It's still a ball game.
Still a ball game. Still a lot of football left. I'm surprised Westwood's not on the board, and I thought that game could have been the upset of the week. And Westwood pull out the dub. Still, like we said, still a lot of football left. Anything can happen with that. So running over some other scores in the area, staying small schools, Centerville leading Corrigan 35-0. West Hardin trailing Groveton. Groveton's going to solidify their playoff spot with the win here, 29-0. Groveton at the half over West Hardin. New Waverly trailing Newton 62-27. New Waverly was that team that was in the top 10
They were
early on this season and has slowly drifted their way backwards. Hempstead trailing Columbus 35-0. Hardin Jefferson trailing West Orange Stark 33-7. First time that we've mentioned West Orange Stark in a 4 seed in how long?
I wouldn't even pretend to guess, but I mean, the West Orange Stark having a rough year by West Orange Stark standards, but definitely going to punch their ticket into the playoffs with that 4 seed.
Liberty leading Bridge City 13-0. Bridge City winless this year in district play. P&G all over Galena Park 35-0. Port Arthur Memorial and Kingwood Park. It's a ball game over there, 17-16, and that's her district championship.
Yeah.
And big game there, home game for Kingwood Park. Lancaster leading Lufkin 21-13. Fort Bend Marshall leading Dayton by half. 35-14 is the score over there. Crosby all over Goose Creek Memorial 45-6. New Caney 34. Caney Creek 7. New Caney punching their first district title since the 90s.
Wow.
And first year in 6A, and they are hitting it with a staple, and it's going to be really fun to watch them go at least three rounds deep. By the way, looking at the brackets, their first round playoff game is going to be about one of the inner city teams, Houston Fur or something like that. They should win that game pretty easy.
Should.
Get through the second round, then third round, and it all really depends on if Katy goes big or goes small with Division I, Division II in the 6A level. Grand Oaks leading Cleveland at the half, 13-0.
Wow. Well, and there's, you mentioned earlier Newton all over that New Waverly team, and it's crazy. I didn't keep up with New Waverly after Anahuac played them in the preseason, but, yeah, they were ranked in the top 10 at one point. I think they were ranked number 9 going into that game against Anahuac, and from that point on, just unable to get things back together. Maybe they had a few injuries. Maybe they, some things happened there that just didn't work out for them, but Newton doing what Newton does.
No, and it's not a rebuild; it's a reload situation for Newton, and they have a plethora of athletes, and it's something that you and I talked about. We were talking about the Cold Springs program earlier today and throughout the week. Whenever you win, you get kids that want to play, and that's how you build a program. And Coach Taylor over here at Tarkington, he had a weak schedule starting out, and it's weak to what our standards are, what we look at. But there's more to it, and there's a bigger picture. You go through there, you get some wins, you get the community excited. They're coming to show up and support the kids. Then you get kids in the hallway talking. Now you got kids talking about, man, I missed out. I should have been playing football this year. I'm playing football next year. So that's how you build a program, and you get kids out of the hallways and onto the playing field, and you become successful. Then you start winning some games. You end up a 500 season or a little bit better, maybe a 6-4, make a playoff run. Then you can start building that pre-district schedule to build you to be a better football program.
And you're exactly right. I mean, that's what Coach Neese is and I have talked about so many times. When he first came here, was changing the culture, getting those kids, the kids that were capable, that were athletic, out of the hallways and into the locker room and then back onto the football field. And he's been able to do that and done it very successfully here in Anahuac. He's looking at his fourth year and looking for their fourth trip to the playoffs. I mean, that says it in itself. I mean, there's definitely a change, especially around here, in the way that, these kids look at Anahuac athletics.
And that's going to do it for the Trinity Bay RV Park halftime show here on Anahuac Sports Live. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have third quarter football coming to you.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drug Store has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drug Store offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drug Store, delivering solutions, delivering confidence. Want to escape to a relaxing destination on the Texas Gulf Coast? Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has just what you need. Nestled next to historic Fort Anahuac Park and less than an hour east of Houston, Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has everything for your next vacation, weekend getaway, or extended stay, offering daily, weekly, and monthly rates on 54 full hookup RV sites and 11 fully furnished cabins. Visit online today at TrinityBayRVLodging.com or give them a call, 409-267-6774.
Welcome back to Anahuac Sports Live, Kyle White Stadium, Anahuac, Texas. 36-0 is the score as we come in to the Jerry Seafood third quarter. Jerry Seafood 136 County Dock Road there in Smith Point. You can reach them at 409-355-2243. Go by there and see them there at Jerry's. High kick deep, fielded at the 20 for the Longhorns, up to the 25, brought down at the 30. And Tarkington wins the coin toss to start this game and defers to the second half. And they're going to go to work here at their own 31-yard line. Left to right on your dial at home as you're listening and not watching the game, but yet watching the Astros. But we got the score 2-1. Astros leading the Phillies, top of the sixth.
Altuve up to bat. Looks like he is 1 for 1 tonight.
See what kind of adjustments are made. And even though you're winning a football game 36-0, there's still room for adjustments. You see things throughout the game and make those adjustments for your football team. It's going to be interesting to see what happens as Tarkington comes set in the double wing and Anahuac breaks huddle with too many men on the field, and that's going to be number 5 on the carry, which is Carson Jones, and they're going to get a fresh set of downs off of that.
I think the
12th man.
Third flag thrown against the Panthers tonight. First two were the 15-yard variety. After that,
you need like Chambers County Sheriff's Office to sponsor the penalties.
It's not a bad idea.
I'm just saying.
Send them over
an
info sheet on our sponsorships.
Put them in the penalty box.
Too many men, I thought.
Clock still running, just over 11 minutes left to go here in the third quarter in Anahuac, Texas. 36-0 is the score. As the Longhorns break huddle, walking to the line of scrimmage for a set of downs after the penalty. Edwards under center, double wing set behind him. Edwards sends man in motion. Trap give, that's going to be number 6, Michael Galvin.
Well, Kerry, you know why the sheriff's office doesn't run a penalty box, right? It's because they're down there running the concession stand tonight.
Well, at least they running something. They ain't running deer dogs right now. It's a good place for them folks down there in the concession stand. Make sure things are on the up and up, right?
Yeah.
Wind is fogging up here in the press box.
Yeah, it tends to do that sometimes.
A lot of hot air getting blown around.
Well, especially in front of you, I noticed it was really foggy.
Ray was leaned over here near the half. 10 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. 2nd and 7. Double wing set. Trying to get to the edge. Brought down in the backfield. Tackled for a loss. Or scrambling for the football. Tarkington falls back on it. No beanbags were thrown. They're going to say he was down. That was Carson Jones on the carry. Yeah, I think we modify it, get them to put some windshield wipers.
And there's an idea. I'll get with Wagner on that, see if we can't get us some windshield wipers.
Put a transformer, 12-volt motor. Be perfect. 3rd and 8 for the Longhorns. Edwards under center, takes a snap, pitch out. It's going to be Galvin on the carry, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
It's on the outside.
It's on the outside. We on the inside.
Stop made by 9, the Henneke gain of 1.
Brings up 4th down for the Longhorns as they've had the punt unit out one time, and this is kind of classic situation where they're just letting the clock run and eating up as much time on the clock. There's our windshield wiper as he's coming out with the squeegee on the window, getting it to where we can see.
Ken Dean out there from Anahuac IT taking care of the windows for us.
He is a rock star. Punt team out, and they get rid of it. Wobbly kick, going to bounce at the 25, fielded at the 20. He's going to get his legs cut out from underneath him at the 21, trying to find a lane to go as Talon Cunningham, 1 yard on that return. 8:18 left to go here in the third quarter. 36-0 is the score.
Top of the 6th. Pena up to bat. Got one ball, 2 strikes, no outs, 1 man on. Altuve's on first. Astros clinging to a 2-1 lead.
2 receivers left. That's the wide side of the field as Barrier's in the pistol, setback behind him. Handoff to that setback, and he's untouched as he gets up to the 25. Going to get brought down at 27.
Landon Corbett on the carry. Gets 5 on the carry. That's what he got.
Under center, pitch out. Corbett once again on the carry, I believe.
Yep.
He's going to get a fresh set of downs. Gain of 6.
I hear Kevin Kelly out there with the horn. He got himself a horn that attaches to his DeWalt drill.
Oh Lord!
It's a yeah, and it is. I was surely impressed when I saw that on Facebook. I was like, man, where in the world do you find a horn that mounts on a DeWalt?
Here's the
drill
deal.
gun?
That's somebody with too much time. In the gun now, bubble screen. Oh, just threw to the back shoulder, incomplete to Robert Bailey. Stops the clock with 7:13 left in the third quarter. You got a free night tomorrow night. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure yet. I don't even know what to do with myself on a free Friday where I'm not having to get prepared for a football game. Kind of like last Friday.
Yeah. I told you, I gave you an option. I'm going to be in Livingston doing the Livingston Lion game, hosting Lumberton in the jungle. Handoff, Corbett across the 35 up to the 40, 45. It's brought down about the 46.
Another first down for the Panthers. Another big run for Corbett as he keeps stacking on to his stats for the night. Probably approaching 200 yards if I was just guessing. Not a whole lot of passing out of the Panthers tonight, not near as much as we have seen.
This is one of them games where you go ahead and pad your stats as Barrier's in the gun, set back right. Now he sends Corbett in motion. Now we're going to, Corbett got the call. I missed that. Got a flag on the play. It's in the vicinity of a hold. Stops the clock with 6:36. No gain on that play.
Let's not forget about Landon Corbett as the 409 Sports Athlete of the Week. He's also trying to get to Arlington. If I can find the post.
It's way down there. You post so much on Anahuac Sports Live. There it is.
There it is. Yep. So he'll be trying to get to the All-American Bowl in Arlington, and then there's an official invitation in February for Orlando. Raising money for Landon Corbett. You can donate to some of his expenses and his $1,100 for his registration at his Cash App, and that's $ Landon Corbett 7. $ Landon Corbett 7. The number 7.
Barrier in the gun. He's looking to pass, looking downfield. Got a man open. It is complete. That's going to be to the tight end across the 50.
Still on his feet.
The 45-40 going to get brought down at the 37.
Quandre Coates over the middle, fighting his way forward.
Little man-child there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he stands 6'2", 6'3".
Really look up to that fellow. Just under 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. As I look at the Anahuac National Bank scoreboard, and whistles are blown. 36-0 is your score. Timeout, Tarkington. That's going to be their their first of the second half. While they take a break, we'll take it with them here on the Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need that long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get your lot cleared and ready to build something great? Look no further and trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate 409-267-1057 or visit them on Facebook at Title Services Inc.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, you can donate to Anahuac Sports Live, Venmo at Anahuac Sports Live, Cash App $ Anahuac Sports Live, or the PayPal QR code or the link in the video description below. Again, Landon Corbett raising money to get to Arlington. All you got to do is go over to his Cash App, and that's $ Landon, Landon, Corbett, Corbitt, and the number 7 to donate for his registration for the All-American Bowl.
5:50 left to go here in the third quarter as your Anahuac Panthers come to the line of scrimmage after a Tarkington timeout. Handoff. Speaking of Corbett, he's got the ball across the 35. I'm surprised they didn't call a face mask there. He's going to get brought down after a gain of 7.
A shout out to his uncle Chad from Philly. Hopefully he's not working. he's not rooting for the Phillies tonight, but shout out to Uncle Chad. That's Landon's uncle watching for Philly.
Just over 5 minutes left here in the third quarter as your Panthers break huddle. 2 receivers right, double wing, slot T look is Barrier under center. Handoff to a setback. That's going to be Thomas
Delao.
He gets a fresh set of downs for your Panthers, gets the ball down to the 21-yard line.
So actually, Uncle Chad's here. He's not in Philly. He's actually here tonight at the stadium.
Well, he's probably got scared of Mattress Mac up there in Philly.
Oh, man. I kind of got scared. I was like, dang. Getting a little gangster is Mattress Mac there.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
At some point you can only, if people are being rude and disrespectful like that, you can only handle so much.
Well, and those Philly fans, we know what they're about.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Barrier in the gun behind him, flags. Blow it dead.
Unfortunate there.
One of the things about Barrier that I like, that I've noticed and I like about this kid is composure. He's not playing like a freshman. Just very poised. The way he throws the ball, runs his offense. Very few mistakes, if any, that I've seen tonight. And just really, really been pleasant to watch.
Now I get some comments in. There's been a slow chat, and he says he's actually rooting for the Astros and stands with an Astros hat on. So good for him from Philly wearing the Astros hat on.
4:20 left to go in the third quarter. Barrier in the pistol, set back behind him. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Option play to Corbett. Corbett looking for a lane. He's got one. He's on the edge. He's at the 10, the 5, and that's an Anahuac Panther touchdown.
What vision there by Landon Corbett. I mean, it looked like that play was broken up. Cut it back inside, saw a hole, and then just cut it just straight up the middle, turn on the jets and get into the paint for another 6 points.
4:06 left to go here in the third quarter, 42-0 with the extra point awaiting for your Anahuac Panthers in this Jerry Seafoods Incorporated third quarter. Jerry Seafood Inc., 136 County Dock Road, Smith Point, 409-355-2243. Extra point is good. 43-0 with 4:06 left to go in the third. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Want to escape to a relaxing destination on the Texas Gulf Coast? Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has just what you need. Nestled next to historic Fort Anahuac Park and less than an hour east of Houston, Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has everything for your next vacation, weekend getaway, or extended stay, offering daily, weekly, and monthly rates on 54 full hookup RV sites and 11 fully furnished cabins. Visit online today at trinitybayrvlodging.com or give them a call, 409-267-6774.
Back here at Kyle White Stadium. 4 minutes, 6 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 43-0 is the score in favor of the Panthers. Craig Irwin, Trent Hart here on the Anahuac Sports Live. Don't forget about Miss Tammy.
Terry. Oh, she's going to get you. She's going to get you on that one.
High kick coming to the near side, fielded by Galvin. Checks up at the 30. Nice return. I didn't know. You should have told me she had headphones on and could hear everything that we're doing.
Every word.
She don't have a microphone, though, does she?
No, she doesn't, but she'll let you know about it later.
I'm surprised she's probably stomping on that roof up there. I just can't hear her because of the insulation.
Well, I mean, it's just fortunate that we probably didn't see a finger come across the screen. I mean, I'm not going to say what finger it was, but
we may have.
We were just thumbs up. I like the see. Got the thumbs up. That'll work.
We were watching the field and probably missed it. Tarkington comes to the line of scrimmage in this slot T look. Handoff to the fullback.
What a bruiser.
Gain 5.
Still haven't got a name for him, but man, he lowers his shoulder. He carries 4 or 5 kids with him.
Number 88 on the carry.
Gunnar Moore was their starting fullback, 42, and I was told he was out with the MCL tear. My ballpark wife is here. Three and a half minutes now left in the third quarter as Edwards brings the play in from the far side. Man, I've always thought that was the biggest waste of time, having your quarterback run. I mean, he's constantly moving throughout the night.
Yeah.
Edwards under center in this double wing set. Handoff fullback once again as Tarkington's looking for anything to get some motivation going in the right direction and get that football going south.
Well, you talk about adjustments. I mean, they're sticking with the run. I mean, that's what they've got to do. I mean, you're down 43 points. I mean, just kind of use it as a learning experience, as something that you can take into next year. Maybe get some of those younger kids some playing time. Get used to the system. I mean, I fully expect the Longhorns to be a better team come this time next year.
No, most definitely, and that was one of the things I said on my podcast on the Lone Star Gridiron Network is this team's building. This is early. They're building, and they're going to get better. Next year is going to be a lot more successful. No counterplay. Going to be no gain. Going to bring up 4th down. But you got to build. You got to start somewhere. You got to get the foundation started and build from there. And until the foundation's poured, nothing's going to stick. And the foundation, I feel like, is there with Coach Taylor and the staff that he's assembled. And they're moving in the right direction. And, from every game lost, you gain so much and able to go back and watch the film and teach this young offense. And now next year they're going to be able to run more of a slot than the double wing, as that's what they're in right now. And that's going to be Carson Jones on the carry and a big Tarkington first down as they're for the first time tonight in Anahuac territory.
Well, Carson Jones, a junior.
Second time.
Yeah, I think Carson Jones, a junior, they're going to have him back next year, and he's been impressive tonight. I mean, broken a few plays. You just saw one there. He's been working out of that wing back position quite a bit tonight. And, aside from the number 88 fullback, he's gotten the lion's share.
So I just went through their roster. What we have right here, 5 seniors on this football team for Tarkington. Not very many.
No, it's not. That's not a lot of
senior
positions that you have to refill.
No, exactly. Fullback trying to get to the edge, throws a stiff arm out. He's across the 40, 35, going to get brought out of bounds about the 28. Let's see where they spot it.
I'm interested to know what grade he's in.
He's in the 8th grade. He is 12.
They pulled him up from the 8th grade squad.
Yeah, they brought him up just for this week.
I would be extraordinarily scary if that would happen.
30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. 43-0 is the score there. Astros, as you look at the other scoreboard, they're on the stream. Astros leading in the 5th, 2-1. 6, excuse me.
No outs.
I was looking at 5. It's game 5, bottom 6. So.
Hector Neris on the bump now, taking the place of Verlander.
Put down our 1st and 10. Slot T look, and Edwards is going to keep it. And it's a big rugby-style muster in the middle of the field.
Clock continuing to run. We're going to get to the end of the third here.
While we get to the end of the third, we're going to take a break, come back, 4th quarter action here on Anahuac Sports Live right after this.
Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800 and visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com.
Welcome back here to Anahuac Sports Live, Kyle White Stadium. Craig Irwin alongside me. Trent Hart. Who did you stick up there again? What was her name?
You're asking for it.
Tina?
You're asking for it.
Miss Fortenberry up there running the camera. 43-0 is the score here in Anahuac as your Panthers are all over the Tarkington Longhorns. And Tarkington's got the ball, 2nd and 7.
All right, pull it up on the screen here so you don't have to look through the fog.
Look at you. As the Longhorns come to the line of scrimmage. Edwards under center, double wing set. Sends Jones in motion. Jones gets the call. Look at the blocking upfield that the Longhorns had there.
Yeah.
And just really double teaming one. Garrett Dye getting double teamed and shoved completely out of the play. And that's the way that offense is designed. That double wing, it's a double team, it's a turn.
Ballpark daughter now.
Yes, my ballpark daughter is here. She didn't come in here and give me a hug. I'm a little upset.
He's talking about my wife and daughter on the outside looking in.
Edwards looking to pass. Got a man open. Just underthrows his receiver as he was being pressured. And I say Edwards, that's a new quarterback in there. That's going to be Edmonds. Braden Edmonds in at quarterback.
So the change of personnel coming here in the fourth quarter, which I expected. I figured they would stick with what they had in the third. And now Braden Edmonds coming in to relieve Barrier. And I'm trying. It's harder to see.
No, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong roster.
You're on the wrong side of the ball, getting me all confused. We're on defense.
Tanner Johnston, the junior, in at quarterback now.
Getting me all messed up.
I'm sorry.
It's the fog. We'll blame the foggy windows and call it that.
On the black and white screen, as Johnson trying to get to the edge on 4th down and unable to.
Oh, it's 4th.
And that's going to turn over on downs and give your Anahuac Panthers an opportunity offense to get back on the field. Now let's see who comes in at quarterback.
Now we're back on the offensive side of the football, and we'll see who comes in at the QB position. Expect them sophomores to come in here, I would think. By Camden Wilson. No, I see Landon Corbett still on the field.
There he is, 18 coming in. Braden Edmonds, the sophomore, going to get some snaps and get to run the ship here in the fourth quarter for your Anahuac Panthers.
Braden, got a lot of time in at the quarterback position on JV last year, brought him up to varsity this year.
Got a receiver spread out wide each way, single setback behind him under center. Corbett's going to get the call. Corbett going to get a 1-yard gain, probably his shortest run of the night. And that was a hard-fought 1 yard.
And you took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say that.
Well, you were taking too long.
Yeah.
Dead air is no air.
Well, when you take up all of the air, it's kind of hard to get some in.
Well, get used to it. You invited me. You invited me. Edmonds brings the play in as they break huddle with 10.5 minutes to go as we got the windshield wiper back out, cleaning our windows off. Edmonds surveys the defense. 2 men wide to the left, top of your screen, bubble screen, pass is complete. That's going to be to number 1 up to the 30, and he's going to get knocked down. KJ Moore on the reception, the junior.
No, KJ Moore not getting as much on the outside as we had thought coming into this season. He's had a few passes here and there. Saw one just there on the exchange of personnel for the fourth quarter, but KJ handling punting duties well every once in a while. So good to see him get in on the football game tonight.
Just under 10 minutes left to go in this football game.
So bottom of the 6th, Astros still leading 2-1, 2 outs, 1 on.
Edmonds under center. Sends man in motion. Edmonds looking to pass. Big block picked up. Edmonds lets the ball on the turf and the lineman falls back on it.
Wow.
Wow.
Bounced off the turf and went right back into his hands, fortunately.
Was you able to pick that replay up? Because
I can.
There was a huge block in the backfield, and I did not see who it was. The replay is off of this block. As you watch it right here, I didn't see who picked it up. There's a man in motion. Edmonds, he's going to roll out. Watch this block. That block right there was huge.
Right. And he stepped up in the pocket, made a move, and then, I mean, kind of got to take care of the football there a little bit.
His arm was out looking to pass. His punt team's out for the first time for your Panthers, and wobbly kick going to go out of bounds at the 38-yard line. But credit that block to Cole Williams, the junior offensive lineman, having the awareness of being able to shove him out and give Edmonds the opportunity to step up in the pocket.
Well, the second time we called Williams' name tonight for doing a great job with the blocking. And, you said it. I mean, just if the ball would have been hauled in a little bit, Braden would have given himself a little bit more time. Probably could have picked up the first down, but nonetheless, Panthers having to punt it away for the first time tonight.
8:46 left to go in this competition here in the Anahuac National Bank fourth quarter. 8:06 Ross Sterling, Anahuac, Texas. 409-267-3106 or online at anbank.net. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Big pass downfield.
And it's complete all the way down to 40. That's going to be to Carson Jones and a fresh set of downs and over into Anahuac territory.
Tell you what, with clock still rolling, we might get to the end of this game, pack it up, and head down to the Crawfish place to watch the rest of this baseball game.
They just need to do that. 8:12 left to go. Clock still running. Hasn't stopped really here in the fourth quarter unless we change teams out.
Scott Maples, number 88 for
Scott Maples
for Tarkington. Okay. Scott Maples.
Who sent you that information?
I'm getting text updates from our wonderful camera person upstairs. So she's multitasking up there, doing the camera duties and able to send me our messages that are coming through ASL.
Oh, Tina? That was Ray.
Blame it on Ray.
7:30 left to go in this football game. She's going to give me a big old hug when she comes down off them stairs.
A hug or a throat punch?
Well, one of the two. I'm probably worthy of both of them. Double wing set.
Kind of faked me out.
On the right edge. Gains 4, maybe 5. Going to bring up 3rd and 1, 2 for the Longhorns. Inside 7 minutes left in this football game. They may just have to Facebook Live a post-game show on the Crawfish.
Go from Facebook Live from the Crawfish place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 4.
Here we're in the fourth and final.
Been here for 6 minutes. Pitch out to the near side, and Tarkington's going to get the first down here as they stretch out across the 30 on this near hash.
6 Van on the carry. Van 03, 1st and 10, 29-yard line.
Won't be long. Baseball, softball signups be coming up.
Don't remind me. Well, we're already in full swing. We're getting our dates set. AYSO baseball, softball signups will be conducted the week after Thanksgiving. We'll go through mid-January. Tryouts scheduled for January the 21st.
Maples on the carry. I believe that's who it is. No, that's number 7. We'll see who gets up off the pile.
And speaking of baseball and softball, Monday the 7th at 6 o'clock, ribbon cutting for the brand new Jim Silva Sports Complex at Fort Anahuac Park. You don't want to miss that because the
big game.
It's a huge game.
Huge game.
A battle of the sexes. The 2022 15U state champion softball team that I'm a little partial to will be taking on the 14U boys all-star team from AYSO on that night.
Edmonds looking to pass, not Edmonds, but no flag on the play as he's wanting it. That ball wasn't catchable.
Getting my downs all messed up for you.
If I didn't have a city council meeting Monday, I would come down here to that. But I have a city council meeting that I have to go to Monday.
Doing your civic duty.
Yes, I've been spending more time at that City Hall than I have at. I've spent more time at football stadiums at City Hall than I have my own house in the last couple months.
Both of us, just spread a little thin, I think, Craig.
Yes. My bride has asked me numerous times to get shed of some things, and it's in the situation that I took over in Cold Spring, taking over that youth league. It was something that had to be done right then and there, and it was one of them deals with the stipulations and the way things come out. I had to be the one to take over everything, and I set goals, and I've met my goals and exceeded the majority of them. There's one goal that I'm still trying to reach, and it's in progress, and that's what's keeping me there so much, and that's getting new bathrooms and concession stand built.
But you're in the progress. You're going to get it here pretty soon.
Yeah, we had a big planning meeting this last Tuesday. Marked up the drawings, made some adjustments, and trying to save the city some money. And we're going to be able to resubmit everything to the engineer and get things started over, and a new set of specs, and get it out for bid once again. And,
I'll be sure to send you pictures of our new restrooms and concession stand.
I'm going to come use them because I'm hoping you're going to be hosting some tournaments.
That's the plan anyway.
Under center, single setback. That's going to be Maples trying to get out to the edge and unable to. He spins off a tackler. He's going to get the first down.
What a great effort by Maples. He's so hard to bring down.
Second and third efforts by Maples. And he's done a good job running the ball. He's just very raw.
Yeah.
When you see him. 5:20 left to go in this football game. 43-0 is the score. Astros leading 2-1, top of the 7th.
Got a runner in scoring position here.
Pitch out, coming to the near side. That's going to be Jones. No, that's Galvin.
Tell you what, the Longhorns pressing here. Deepest we've seen them in Anahuac territory since the first quarter. And, they don't want to walk out of here blank. They want to get some points on the board.
Like to put some points on the board. That way they don't get shut out. Finish the game on a high note. Even though it's a loss, a high note, put points on the board against a very good Anahuac football team. And I'm excited to see what Anahuac does throughout the playoffs and where y'all's games are going to be.
Dang, he keeps on going inside the 5, close to the goal line, and think the ball came out.
And now they're waving the arm, stopping the clock. Let's see what
they
say.
did.
Anahuac saying they got the ball.
Inside the 1.
Second turnover of the night for the Tarkington Longhorns, and your Anahuac Panthers capitalize. As I look down at the Orangefield East Chambers game in the fourth quarter, 28-21 is the score over there.
Man, it's super tight. The East Chambers within a touchdown. I picked them to win. My pick 'em was 21-18, so I'm a little bit off on that end. I'm out of the pick-ems already. It doesn't matter. You're up there in it, though.
I was up there about third.
If you'd have gotten that Buna game picked in, then
I would be sitting in the 1 spot.
Well, no, you'd be sitting in the 3rd spot, 1 away from being tied with the 1st and 2nd spot. But I think your points might have pushed you up. I don't know.
But I got that game picked 42-40. Anahuac coming out of the end zone. They're going to get out to the 3-yard line. Look like Corbin on a carry. It's 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this ball game. Yeah, we'd have to pull up those stats and look at that.
What, the standings of the pick'ems?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, right now it's Cullen Henneke and Bobby Roggenbuck.
Oh, Bobby.
He's been pretty consistent with the pick'ems.
He really has. I sent him one of my podcasts the other week, told him, hey, you need to subscribe and start listening to these. And I'm assuming he is. Anahuac spreading the field here. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. I got to look at the TV screen. 15 on Wilson. The carry. Wilson. called his name early in this game.
Now, another one of those sophomores that's had a great year contributing to this offense, and he's a really fast. He hits those holes really, really quick. It's amazing how fast he does hit those holes. And
he's got that initial speed.
Yeah, he's got that burst speed, and once he hits it and gets into the second level, then that's where he really eats you up.
Braden Edmonds bringing the play in. They break huddle quickly. Inside 3 minutes left. Edmonds under center. Little misdirection, handoff. Trying to see who that is with the ball as I'm watching it on the TV screen.
That was Cameron Wilson once again moving the chains.
2:40 left to go here.
Oh, Nathan. It was Scott Maples that sent the message. It's Nathan Wells is the ball carrier.
Nathan Wells. I know Nathan Wells. I know his mama real well.
We apologize for that.
Angela, we sorry. He wasn't on there on our roster. Nathan Wells, he's listed as number 75, and I'm going to bet they had to change his jersey
so that he could run.
He could run the ball. Bubble screen complete. He's across the 30, 40, up to midfield is where he's brought down at the 47-yard line on the little bubble screen. That pass was complete.
That's 82, Ozarius Odie,
the junior. Got a man down for the Longhorns on the far end of the field. We'll take a quick break here in the fourth quarter as we're at the 2-minute warning. We'll be back on Anahuac Sports Live right after this. Welcome back to Kyle White Stadium. Craig Irwin, Trent Hart, and the camera lady. I'm just doing it now just to get on her.
What's her face?
Yeah, what's her face up there running the screen. Running the little digital thing. Spinning it back and forth. 2 minutes left to go in this ball game as your Anahuac Panthers come back to the line of scrimmage after a big pass play handoff on a little dive play. That was 14. Braden Sanders on the carry, the senior.
Garrett Dye. Hadn't seen him much out of the backfield this year. I expected him to, but getting a little time back there tonight.
Thought that was 14. I guess you had a better view than what I had out this window.
I just see better than you do.
You're younger. Minute and a half left. How old are you?
It's better than being older, Craig.
How old are you?
I just turned 40.
Man, you're a baby. Ain't even old enough to shave yet, is he, right?
Ball-headed.
And what breaks huddle. Inside give. Across the 40. Deep into Longhorn territory with a minute left to go in this football game. Can almost go to victory formation here and take a knee with inside a minute. 43-0 is the score. Doubt we'll see it.
Well, they're definitely trying to get some of these younger players some time.
Edmonds got a wing T look behind him.
Yeah, it is.
Receiver spread out wide to the left. Pitch out. coming to the near side. That's going to be Dye. He's across the 30,
got
25-20. He's going to the end zone across the pylon. Anahuac Panther touchdown.
Garrett Dye with his first offensive touchdown of the season with 23 seconds remaining in the ball game.
So it went from me saying take a knee to saying touchdown all in just a few ticks as Garrett Dye makes a nice run, pretty much untouched, to get in the end zone to stretch it out 49-0 with the extra point awaiting for the Panthers.
Blown opportunity for the Astros with a runner in scoring position, and we got flags on the field.
Broke the huddle with too many men. He's counting them out.
Yep. Too many men. One too many.
We're going to test Cabrera's leg.
Well, and Cabrera is one of those things. We lost a really good kicker last year, and Cabrera stepping in this year has worked really, really hard to try and get his field goal consistency and his extra point consistency better, and he's definitely done so. See what he does here.
Snap is back, hold us down, kick is up. He's got the distance, and it's good. 50 spot on the board for your Anahuac Panthers. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, you can donate to Anahuac Sports Live. Even though we're in the final seconds of tonight's game, go to Venmo at AnahuacSportsLive, CashApp, $ AnahuacSportsLive, or the QR code for PayPal. Just to let everybody know, for the playoffs, we haven't been taking donations for the playoffs, and there's a reason behind that. A little bit of change this year in the broadcasting for UIL playoff games. We will be on the NFHS network, and you can download the NFHS network app to your mobile device, and you will be able to catch all of the Anahuac Panther playoff action.
High pooch kick coming to the near side. It's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to throw laundry.
But we will be there. It will be Anahuac Sports Live. It won't be an NFHS network production. It'll be an Anahuac Sports Live production. A few changes to our production style, so to speak, as far as some of our sponsors go, and reading out a little bit out of the norm. However, myself, Alex Outram, possibly Craig Irwin, depending on his schedule, and of course Terry Fortenberry up there doing all of the great camera work.
And she's done a great job tonight.
She always does.
Look at her zooming in there, giving you the best view possible from high above the tallest building in Anahuac, Texas.
You can't put a price on a person as he barrels through again, pushing the pile.
Oh, Wells.
Yeah.
It's a well of a run.
And yet, like I said, you can't put a price on it because, I mean, you look at some of these automated cameras that are being installed all over the state, and you can't overcome, the error that happens, in football when it comes to an automated system, and having a person behind the camera that can really get in on the action, follow the play like it should be, is invaluable.
It really is, and I've been impressed as everything that I do is on the radio, broadcast-wise. It's not digitally. It's not a TV. We do a Facebook Live at a lot of our broadcasts, but it's more of the iPad set up on a tripod and rolling it back and forth. But with everything y'all have here, what you have set up, and being able to keep the scoreboard on top of the screen, the Astros score up there, everything you have going on here. I mean, there's a lot of time and financially invested into this to put together a top-of-the-line broadcast. I mean, this is better than what you see at a lot of college football games, at the Division II, Division III level on an internet broadcast on their side.
Well, we really appreciate that. We do put in a lot of time and effort into making sure that Anahuac Sports Live is as good as it can be brought to our community, and our community has been so supportive of what we do, not to mention all of our local businesses and sponsors.
Carson Jones trying to get to the edge here for the Longhorns. Picks up another first down. Going to get forced out of bounds with 6 ticks left on the clock. And y'all do a great job over here. I love this production that you have put together. Your commercials that you have. It is a nice little production that you've put together, Trent. And I've thoroughly enjoyed being able to come down here and do this game.
Well, we appreciate you coming out, and a shout-out to Alex Aldrum, who was in Dallas, unable to get back in time for tonight because they moved the game. But we appreciate Craig coming out and giving us the play-by-play, and it's been fun.
Don't forget to go find me on 590 Sports on Facebook. Give me a like, give me a share over there. Got some photographers floating around at a lot of games that shoot a lot of pictures. Plus, we have our podcast there that we put on our YouTube channel, 590 Sports. Go subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can get those when we upload new podcasts. Some great podcasts coming out this week with the playoffs. And as well over there at the Lone Star Gridiron Network, punch in the 590 Sports Show and listen to our podcast over there. Have a lot of fun doing those, myself and Brian Pesh. He is a journalist for the Polk County Enterprise and color commentator for the 102.3 The Eagle out of Livingston, Texas. So classic hits over there on 102.3, which is where I'll be tomorrow night. Livingston Lions hosting the Lumberton Raiders.
Yep, and since we don't have a football game in Anahuac tomorrow night, go and visit them and on the Eagle. And ladies and gentlemen, it has gone final. Anahuac Panthers all over Tarkington tonight, 50-0. The Anahuac Panthers will improve to 8-2, and we'll see what the seeding ends up being as we'll be coming back for the post-game show brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau, Hillary Auto Agent. Don't want to miss the post-game show. We'll talk about who's doing what around the districts and what the playoff picture might look a little bit more like here as we get closer and closer to the Texas high school playoffs. We'll be back here in 90 seconds on Anahuac Sports Live. So it's gone final.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, Capital Farm Credit, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services LLC, Four Corner Tires, Gator Garage, Jerry Seafood Incorporated, Julia Luna Real Estate, K-Max Services, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Rebecca Lynn Photography, Amber Villarreal, Insurance Agent with State Farm, Third Coast Martial Arts, the Oak Island Double Bayou VFD Turkey Shoot, Swanky Insurance Agency, Title Services Incorporated, Trinity Bay RV Park and Lodging, Turan Lawn Care, Hillary Auto, Insurance Agent with Texas Farm Bureau, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, and Wilcox Drug Store in Anahuac.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Texas Farm Bureau post-game show. Trent Hart, Craig Irwin, and Terry Fortenberry, where it has gone final here at Kyle White Stadium, 50-0, as the Anahuac Panthers shut out the Tarkington Longhorns in the final district game heading into the Texas high school football playoffs.
And, an impressive game by the Anahuac Panthers and really a good game for the Panthers to have coming off of a bye week and setting them up what's going to look like they're going to be up against Palestine Westwood in the first round of the first round of the playoffs. It's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see where that game's going to get played at. this next week, as there's a plethora of stadiums neutral between the two facilities. You know, Abe Martin up in Lufkin. You got
maybe even Huffman.
Maybe Huffman, maybe Texan Drive,
Yeah.
or over there at Woodforest Stadium in Conroe.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. I mean, I fully expect it. I fully expect it to be somewhere up that 59 corridor up your way. But it has gone final there. Woodville beating Palestine Westwood 19-0.
Woodville beating Westwood 19-0. And then you go over to the other side of the bi-district round, 10-3A. Orangefield, its final, defeats East Chambers 28-21 was the final over there. So Orangefield ends up 1 seed, Anahuac 2 seed, East Chambers 3 seed. Pretty much how we had it drawn up on that little sheet I sent you 2 weeks ago, how this was going to go together. Buna in the 4 seed, 4 out of District 10-3A, and then you go over to 9-3A. You got Diboll, Woodville, Westwood, and Shepherd for the first time in 16 years. Cold Spring Trojans not making the playoffs. It's really hard for me, but thank goodness I got a lot of playoff games to go cover here in the coming weeks with Corgan and Livingston, and then, of course, slipping in when I can here with Anahuac. So looking forward to all of that. And the bi-district looks like Orangefield and Shepherd, Anahuac and Westwood, East Chambers and Woodville, Diboll and Buna.
So let's talk about those games a little bit. Diboll, completely surprising to me this season. I was fully expecting the Woodville Eagles to come out of that district number 1, but Diboll beating Woodville, and I can't remember what week it was.
It was first week of district.
Yeah,
it was the first matchup, and I told you I felt like that game was getting played way too early to be a district championship game, and I actually. You and I both have Woodville winning the district.
Right, we did.
I have Woodville, Diboll, Westwood, Shepherd is how I had the district picked, and Woodville, Diboll they swapped.
Well, it's kind of like a mirror in 10-3A. We had Anahuac to win this district, and Orangefield, comes out and puts on a great showing this season. And that was early on in the year, and it was the early district championship itself.
Yeah, and I make my district picks the week before these teams go into district, and I have them on my podcast and stuff, and I value what I put in there. Now, the 1-2 spot out of this district, I had East Chambers at the 3. I actually had Kirbyville. I thought Kirbyville was going to be a little bit better this year and come in that 4 seed, but they were unable to. Buna played, even with the drama that they had early on, Buna was able to come through and succeed and make it onto the playoffs. And Buna's not no punk of a football program overall.
They're not. They have a great running back over there in Buna, and he's only a junior. He's going to be back with them next year. I expect Buna to be even a better team next year. But don't discount them. I mean, Buna might put up a fight, which I told you in the pregame when we were playing them 2 weeks ago. They've got a lot of fight in them, and they don't go away, especially late in the ball games when you think that you got them down, but they're not out.
They're not, and that's kind of the MO for Buna. They just keep grinding. I've done several games down there in Buna, and that's an interesting stadium to do a football game in. I don't know if it's changed since the last time I was in there, but the press box is very small and very low. And anyway, let's run over. Port Arthur Memorial gets the final over its final. Port Arthur Memorial defeats Kingwood Park 34-22 is the final. Grand Oaks defeats Cleveland 22-8. New Caney defeats Caney Creek 41-21. Crosby all over Goose Creek Memorial 59-13. Lufkin falls to Lancaster 28-20. Fort Bend Marshall defeats Dayton and wins the district championship over there at 5A Division II. 52-21 was the final. P&G shuts out Galena Park 42-0. Liberty shuts out Bridge City 16-0. Hardin Jefferson falls to West Orange Stark 53-0. Columbus all over Hempstead 35-0.
No surprise there.
And in the fourth quarter, game still underway. Corgan Camden Bulldogs trailing Centerville 42-21.
Yeah, and scrolling through some of the 6A games, trying to see if what had gotten moved to tonight of anything of note, and it doesn't look like anything particular.
The two local ones that are close to me up that 59 corridor, I brought both of them in, the Cleveland game and the New Caney game.
Right. Now you mentioned the Crosby game as well.
Yeah. So those games, Diboll defeats Crockett 35-0. Shepherd all over Huntington 52-14. And then once again, Woodville defeats Palestine Westwood 19-0.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, aside from the
I'm not going to say what Terry just did to me.
It's just birdies is all it is.
That's it is.
Birds and feathers.
I feel like we're on a golf course.
It was definitely a fun night, Craig, and again we appreciate you filling in for my broadcast partner Alex Outram. It's rarity that we get to work together as far as the football season is concerned, even though it is technically our first football season that we've been able to work together with. But it's going to be definitely an interesting playoffs coming up to see where you're going to be going in broadcasting, see where Anahuac's going to be going. And, I just can't wait for next week.
I can't either. I'm looking forward to next week, see where all I'm going to be going to. I know where I'll be tomorrow. I'll be in Livingston doing that game. You can stream it on TuneIn Radio, punch in 102.3 The Eagle, and listen to Livingston Lion football. Myself, Brian Best, will have the call. That's going to be a fun game. Get through with that. I'm going to spend the weekend a lot of time in front of the laptop and trying to figure out what games are going on where. And where I'm going to be, we'll figure out where you're going to be.
Yep.
I'll be putting together some podcasts, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I've enjoyed it. I appreciate you having me. Alex, I hate you got stuck up there in Dallas, but I sure enjoyed the ride over here and being able to call this game as the Anahuac Panthers defeat the Tarkington Longhorns 51-0 is the final here at Kyle White Stadium here on Anahuac Sports Live.
Again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to be looking out for the link to the by-district game for next week. We'll know where we're playing as possibly as soon as tomorrow, now that the Palestine game has been set. So be looking out tomorrow on all of our social medias, especially on our Facebook page. AYSO playing their Trinity Valley football playoff games this Saturday here at Kyle White Stadium. We might be going live on YouTube. Be looking out for that as well. And just a final update for your World Series. Houston still leading Philly 2-1, top of the 8th with no outs and runners at the corners. And with that, for my broadcast partner, Alex Outram, stuck in Dallas, Craig Irwin, Terry Fortenberry, I'm Trent Hart. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. Don't forget to be looking out on our Facebook page, and don't forget to tell somebody you love them. That will be it. We'll catch you in the next one.